Well, that's fun. That was an interesting little magical spell that just appeared there. Nothing. Just there was an error with with my spell that I used to appear. Welcome everybody. Welcome to more Seas of Sand. It feels like it's been 7 years, though it's been a little bit less than that. We were just waiting a little bit for a late member. I'm just kidding. But we're ready to go now. Previously on Seas of Sand, let's get there we go. The party, after having successfully rooted out the cult in the sewers and saving the missing merchant, returned to one of the people who hired them to do so, the merchant prince, who offered them another job to escort that same merchant to the oasis across the desert to the north. The party was to act as sort of bodyguards, as the merchant prince said that essentially his caravans have been attacked recently by something coordinated, and he would like to know what it is. And he has hired the party to figure out what's going on and then report back to him using a sending stone that he gave Lunette. Now, the merchant, Leandro, who they're to escort, is currently resting up as he was a little beat up by the cult. And so the party was told that they had, by the end of the week, to depart the city and begin to head through the desert. And that they could use the time before then to prepare, buy any supplies that they need, and get ready to head out, bring along anyone they wanted to bring with them in their caravan. He also said, this is for the player's benefit, cough, cough. He also said that Leandro would be able to tell them what sort of supplies they may need when traveling through the desert, as he had done it before. So, where we return is to the desert city of Al-Zahar, as the party, waking up in the morning, begin to prepare for their arduous journey north to the Kasana Oasis. All right. Okay. So, I believe we ended the session with you guys going to bed. So the four of you eventually awake with the early light of morning in the embassy in Pyre Square.
Sitz, would you like to explain what you've done? No, wait, that was
What?
not Val. What?
What?
Huh?
No,
What?
that wasn't
Huh?
me.
Huh? What? Huh? What?
I'm green.
What?
Sorry,
Huh?
I was
What?
looking at it on stream, and like the Val is covered up by the frame, so it looked like Blue was next to Sitz.
I'm green.
What? I didn't do anything.
This is so horrible. I'm being targeted right now. Oh my god.
I have not done anything.
I think you have done something.
Oh, this is what
I didn't
happens
do anything.
after.
We are just two bros chilling on the floor, like 5 centimeters apart, because we're not gay.
Yeah, I mean that's what I thought. But
Oh shit, Jay, what's the button? Wait, nope, never mind. I figured it out. I forgot how to use Roll20.
Wow.
It's
The
fine.
button, the button for what?
No, I was just trying to. I forgot how to move the map around on my screen because I've been using Incarnate so much recently. Yeah,
We
so
got
I was
another map
thinking.
maker in our midst.
I was thinking the Incarnate controls versus. It's so funny. It's fine. I was holding space and I was like, why isn't this moving my map around? Anyway, okay, sorry.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to use Roll20 on my iPad because my computer is dead, but it will not let me move my character. So I'm gonna try downloading Chrome and seeing if it works better on that.
Just charge your computer.
Interesting.
Well, but then I would have to delay the thing because it would take forever.
We can just move you around. It's fine.
Okay.
Just tell us where you want to go.
I'll move you around. I'll assume you're following the party unless you specify
Yeah,
with your
okay.
voice otherwise, okay?
Okay.
He's
thank
like,
you.
no.
So feel free to still
someone
be
else.
involved in everything. Just know that you're following behind
Yeah.
Sutsulia.
Yeah,
we
that's fine.
actually have knocked your character out and thrown him down a well.
Ezekiel
Fun
has
fact.
once again had
Ezekiel
stroke.
has experience with being knocked out.
Ezekiel
so-
is dead.
Once again, I've not had any water, and I'm wearing a large fur coat.
You have had water. You drank water.
No,
Oh my god.
that hasn't happened.
Okay.
So, four of you pull yourselves out of bed in the morning and gather up your things that you wish to take with you for the day, as you have preparation to do. Now, the Merchant Prince said that he wanted you to depart before the end of the week, but it's up to you guys when you want to leave. You don't need to spend very long here if you don't wish to, but anything you want to get done, you can get done.
I guess let's get the fuck out of here.
No.
I'm gonna come over and knock on the door. I'm
I'm gonna
flipping my
throw
rolls
rocks
this
in your window.
window, you dumb.
Oh my god.
Open the door.
No.
No.
No, you're not. I'm just gonna keep knocking until you open the door.
No, wait.
We're going to throw rocks
Okay.
in the window.
All you hear is just repeated knocking. He's just going to knock on
Bella
the door.
goes to open the door.
Thank you, Velvel. He's been knocking for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
He's like,
Who's been knocking on the door?
It is
yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, what is her accent? Oh no.
Oh no.
Everything's gone.
Someone else fill the space while I figure this out.
Oh my god.
Well, I thought he was your friend. Why'd you wait so long to open the door?
He was funny.
They
Morning.
hate me.
Yeah.
Good morning. I'm assuming she opened the door, so I'm gonna go.
Yep.
Well, yeah, Vol did. Or I guess Elizabeth. One
I
of us
think
did.
I am.
The door is open.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ezekiel is just.
No, I was. If I could, I would be right behind you, bestie.
If I could.
It turns out I'm dead.
Dead
Your
upon
spirit is
arrival.
right behind me.
Yeah. Passed out.
Yeah.
Not here. Hey guys.
Anyway. Hi, guys.
Vol Bella takes up so much space she has to move back
Yeah, get out of the way.
for her short friends.
Hey.
Anyway. I forgot why I came. Oh, yeah. Elizabeth. I know
Yeah.
you said you wanted to go north. We're actually heading north. Do you want to come with us?
Yeah, sure. When are you leaving?
Probably in like a day or two.
All right, I can be ready to go. I can be ready to go by then.
Yeah, not exactly sure when. We have to still get supplies and whatnot, but
Of course. We should definitely do that before we head into the desert. You said north. Where exactly are you going?
The Oasis.
yeah, we're going to Kisana Oasis.
Thank God you've remembered how it was.
I remember that because I have a character who's from there. Fun fact.
I remembered that because it was interesting. I saw it on the
All right.
Phoenix is there just like, I didn't remember.
Yeah, I did not remember. I was looking at the merchant prince.
That works for me. I'll be ready. Just whenever you're ready to leave, let me know.
Sure.
Oh,
But-
fantastic.
Okay.
Anyway. Bye. And he just walks out.
Bobello wanders her way over to the chest. Oh, to get her armor. Because I need to make sure I do that.
You just go
If I
out without
forget
your
it-
armor.
If
You're
I
like,
forget
"Ah,
it one day, I'm fucked.
You could just
Okay.
pretend like you grabbed it, and Jay would be like, "Well, I guess you did." No, he goes back and scrubs through the VOD to make sure that you grabbed it every single time.
I've had a DM do that before.
Really?
Yes.
That's really scary.
Yes.
Jay, if we forget our armor, will you let us have it in case we don't have it?
I've only been picky about a player forgetting armor once, and it was because I thought it would lead to a good character moment. That's it.
Alright, so as long as your armor doesn't reflect your character in any really important way, you'll be fine.
Yes, it's not like I'm the tank or anything.
Yeah,
Well,
Oh,
since you're a
look.
tank, you just
You
already
guys.
have
It's
it.
Mr. Tiriki.
Why is he staring at us?
Yeah, he looks a bit brighter than usual,
You-
but maybe it's
you-
been a minute since I've seen him.
He looks
No,
a
he looks
little,
normal to me.
he looks a little diagonal. I don't know.
He looks
what's
a little
up.
blue.
It's fine.
He looks a little
Thank
mad at you
you.
knocking on a door for 5 minutes.
You do what
What's-
must be done in these trying times.
What's this I heard about a journey north?
We are going to. She looks at Cecilia.
We're going to Kisana
We-
Oasis.
I was gonna say Quisana.
For the love of him, is finally they're leaving.
We will be
You're-
back.
We
Yeah.
are going to leave, and then you're going to miss us so much, Tiriki. You're not even going to like be able to do anything.
Of course. Sure, whatever you say.
Hey, listen.
He hates us.
Walks
He
away.
hates us so much. Do you think
Wait,
if we
no,
paid him,
no,
he
no,
would
no,
hate
no,
him?
no,
Just
no.
say hey,
No, wait.
listen, and then
Wait.
leave.
No. I'm going to set down 4 gold pieces. And then walk away.
Oh, how generous of you. Thank you.
Yeah,
This is
it'll buy
good
him a cup of
therapy.
wine.
Was
Oh, that's
that
funny.
was I Tariki?
Yeah, he can get something to drink.
Sorry, what'd you
You
say?
can get
Lee? I didn't hear.
I said I wasn't that bad, was I Tariki?
You
No,
were
it's
not-
literally just
That's
We were
bad
there for a
too.
day.
Quisana away. It's literally just me and Sets. Literally
I thought
just
that
us.
was a funny joke, okay? Gee.
I laughed. It's okay.
Well, thank you. At least somebody laughed.
Me. Oh, it's the
Oh.
cat statues.
Hold
I
on.
Run,
vote that we
hurry.
go
Hold
talk to
on.
the sexy guy first.
No, we can unless we have a meeting set up.
Who? No, not
Oh.
Yeah,
not
very
that.
very
Sexy guy,
non-specific.
The other.
Which one?
There are so many guys you call sexy. How are we
There's
supposed to
so
know?
the
many.
merchant.
We are
Cat
not.
shoes. Yes,
setting
exactly,
Leandro. We
Sunny.
have to go to
Cat shoes.
We are not going to set up a meeting with the merchant.
Instead of a meeting,
Why
instead of a meeting with
not?
Melamon, like, hey, shoddy.
Also,
Shoddy.
didn't he say we don't have to do that anymore because we don't have to deal with the sewers?
Yeah, no, he said we don't have to do that anymore. So technically,
Yeah.
we could go bother him. I don't feel like
I
it,
just
but
think
we
that
could.
maybe we could.
No.
Maybe we could go what? Bother Malamon?
No, it's
No.
okay.
Okay,
doesn't
so
deserve that.
before we go into town, I think that we should have a list of things that we need for the oasis.
Ooh, like a lit. Oh,
And a list, yes. Like an items list. Itemized
Like that
list.
too,
Something
like
like
a-
that.
like a grocery list.
Yeah, go grocery shopping. Sorry, my voice is gone. If you couldn't tell.
It's fine.
Okay.
Well, Bella
cool.
loses her accent.
I I don't have the right to criticize anybody for that because I do it 24/7.
Okay, cool. My voice is like completely shot.
I'll start a.
Llewellyn
I'll start
Lindworm
a-
shifted from Irish to Scottish within a single week's
Yeah.
difference. So
It happens. You know, it happens.
Um,
Okay.
Cecilia pulls out a piece of parchment.
Thank God someone here has paper.
I have a notebook too, but I don't use it for fucking grocery lists.
I did not even know what a grocery list was until like 2 seconds ago. So,
Cool. Anyway.
okay.
Are we going to Safeway?
Yeah, we're
Damn.
going to Safeway, guys.
We're going to say they're going to save a lot. Everybody hop on. I am the van. Volbella, more like Van Bella.
Oh my god. This is okay. So, well, okay, we should probably talk to Leandro first because he's traveled in the desert before.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
That's it. That's all I have to say. I think he could give us
That's the only
a
thing we
better
could
idea
do.
of what
For
to.
those, since we all do magic and stuff, we could hit up the magic shop.
That's
There's a magic shop?
yeah. There's a magic shop.
How, Lunette,
You
how long
work-
have you been in
Lunette,
this city?
Lunette, you work for the Merchant Prince. How do you
I
not
have not
know?
seen it yet.
Mm,
I have not seen
Alright.
it yet. What can I say?
That's a little suspicious,
well,
but
let's.
whatever.
I guess
So
we can go to the magic shop.
yeah. I think magic shop.
We'd love
Lunette,
to go to
do
the
not.
magic shop.
Lunette,
Alright,
please. Calm
single file, single file line. Ducklings, get in the
No.
line.
Ducklings.
Lunette, get in the fucking line. All right, we're off to the magic shop.
T100 for how many people are in front of you? God, please, no.
100 people. Jay just has to like throw in as many character tokens. as
that's the rest
possible.
of the session is waiting in line.
That
I
would
mean,
be really
that's
fun.
not very far from what has actually happened to us.
Hey, listen, I'm not in control of how fast you guys want to do things. All right, so
Evidence.
you make your way out of Pyre Square and wind your way through the city streets. I believe heading to the Golden Bazaar. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Say no,
Alright.
fuck it, and just leave the city without anything else.
We go. We
Just
dive
walk
head
into the
first.
desert.
We don't
into
even-
The
we
pit.
don't
Die
even
of
grab- we
exposure
don't even
instantly.
grab Leandro or Elizabeth. We just walk out.
Are we taking Leandro? Or should we take? Wait, no, he's come.
Yes,
he
we
has
have
come
to
by
take
default.
Leandro.
Yeah.
We
You
are
sort of
not
have
taking-
to,
It's
yes.
been 3 weeks. It's
we are
3
not
weeks.
taking Leandro. Leandro is taking us.
Yeah,
It's
Leandro's
been
Yeah.
3
us
weeks.
with him.
I know.
Leave me be. This is bullying.
That is an accurate way to describe it. Leandro is
Yeah.
taking you.
Yeah, he's taking us. Oh
We're
my
just
god,
the sexy bodyguards.
taking me where? On a date? Oh, thank you.
Cecilia, get at the
Oh.
head of this line, you stupid bitch.
Oh shit, I forgot where the magic shop was.
It's.
Oh, my roll 20 is trying to kill itself. Hold on.
Wait, it's this one, right? No.
Is it? I thought it was this one. One
Wait,
of
which
these
one?
two.
It's this
I thought it
it's
was
this
down
one.
here.
It's this one. It's...
This one?
Wait.
Oh, I
wait,
saw
wait.
Jay's thing. Or is that Lunette?
Fuck.
I think okay. I think it's this one.
Charlemagne, give us a sign.
It was a sign from the god. Okay,
It's
it's
this one,
this
it's
one.
this one.
All right,
Do you
everybody
need a
file
hang
in.
on? Do you need a sign?
Yeah.
There's
Yes!
Can we get a sign?
there's a sign above the shop.
This is what
Convenient.
3 weeks. This is what 3 weeks without D&D does to
Thank
you.
you. Lord Charlemagne, thank you for this sign.
Who needs the wild father when you believe in Charlemagne?
Who needs you, Shyla? I'll just shove Charlemagne into my life.
there is
You
a,
Charlemagne?
there is a sign above the door that reads Wheelos's Wild Wares.
Wild wares? Funky, I say, having been in here before. Alright.
Then the
And-
four of you, I presume, head inside.
In single file line, of course. We have to be precise about this.
Alright, been a long time since you've been in this shop.
You're like hunting, like, damn, where's the map for this? in here
Yeah.
somewhere.
I unironically was hunting around for it. I didn't know where it was.
Understandable.
All right. So the four of you enter this small kind of stone house and find yourself in a shop that is filled with all sorts of oddities. A small little metal bell rings above the door as you enter, and on the far side of the shop you can see a rather old-looking man bent over the counter who looks up as you enter.
What?
Is this guy gonna kick me out because I was in here the last time with Val?
It's not going.
He's
to
like,
play.
you get out!
I tried to do that one.
Get out of my store. Wait, what? I forgot exactly what Fallon messed with, but it's something.
The cat.
Oh, where? I don't see a cat anymore. Wait, is that the
gone.
cat? Oh my god, I thought that was a bird. Whoops. Yep,
Alright.
big brain.
Big brain.
Ezekiel, I see you in roll 20.
Do you?
Yeah.
No.
I see you. You're there. Yep.
I've been here this entire time.
Oh,
Here.
okay.
I just
Yep.
can't move my character.
It's alright. I'll move you
Your
around.
headphones?
So the shop is filled with all manner of strange objects. Some hats, bottles with multicolored liquids, and small pouches of
Yo.
ingredients and components. Scrolls neatly bundled up and sealed with wax. And as you enter, the old man behind the counter
I didn't say goodbye.
greets you and says, "Welcome. Is there something you wish to purchase?"
I run a magic check. That's a joke. I promise.
You're
Like
like,
a
let me
detect
do-
magic. A detect magic.
Let me
I
run
don't.
a detect magic on the magic store and see what happens.
Yeah.
You are blinded by the light as everything glows.
Blinded by the
I want to inspect this little bitch over here.
So if you just want to know what he sells, I can just list them all off for you.
Yeah,
Do
but-
it. I want to know if he's got
Give us-
cursed items.
Cursed item.
first item in a okay.
So throughout the shop, you can find all manner of sort of ingredients, spell components, and the like. You can find little pouches of sticks of chalk, small little wooden boxes of incense that you can light. He sells holy symbols for a few different gods, mostly Immis. But he sells some perfumes, as well as a few wands and staffs, arcane foci. He sells little leather pouches for you to hold components, as well as a few empty spell books.
Components? Do you use components?
It really depends on what you're trying to do.
Okay.
Basically, a lot of magic shops, I essentially just say they have a lot of components. If there's something in particular the magic user is looking for, then they can just talk to the owner. As if I listed off every spell component, you would be here for a year, and you would not remember any of them.
So true, King. So true.
He's got small twisted bundles of branches, druidic foci, as well as just blank parchment for writing. Small little hourglasses filled with sand, and a few spell scrolls over here.
Oh my god.
So
Running to them. What's in the potions? Like, does he have them labeled, or do I have to ask him what every single potion?
He's got sort of small little parchment labels wrapped around them. And in addition, he's got a few little boxes kind of up near his counter, Valbella, that have sort of more expensive price tags on them.
Nice.
A few.
I
just
am the one
realized
with
that.
money.
Yeah, I just realized I only have 19 gold. I probably can't
Phew.
afford like anything.
a few magical items if you wish to talk to him about them. But first things first, Lunette. The spell scrolls here are sort of rolled up and sealed with wax, and they can be sort of cut open if you wish. And the two that he has here are labeled with a small little parchment tag attached to the wax. One of them is Shocking Grasp, and the other is Melf's Magic Arrow.
Interesting.
Grasp.
Sutsuliu, you take a peek at some of the potions. He's got antidotes, not particularly useful to you, sort of anti-venoms, as well as several healing potions. Some of them in different flasks. He's got sort of smaller
Yeah, because it's gonna happen.
common healing potions, as well as
Mhm.
a far larger, deeper, rich red healing potion.
It's just like a barrel. It's just a
Yeah.
barrel that's labeled healing potion. There's like a spigot at the end of it.
It's not necessarily huge. It's more just that it is a more potent healing potion. And that one
What's
is
gonna do when she dies? We'll
that one
find
is priced a little higher.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I have the kind of money to buy that. Is there anything that I would particularly be interested in? Like, I'm gonna recommend the antidotes and antivenoms to the rest of my gang, but like, is there anything that's like a magic booster or anything like that?
Well, he has potions.
steroids for magic.
He has potions of fire resistance as well,
Well, I don't need that, so
as
Alright.
well as poison resistance, also not particularly useful.
yeah,
Potions of lesser regeneration,
kind of have a spell
as
for
well
that.
as
Alright.
sort of a spectrum of prices for more and more potent healing healing potions, potions of healing, potions of greater healing, and potions of supreme healing. Though those ones
Okay.
are particularly expensive.
Yeah, don't have the money. Anyway, guys, they have like poison antidotes. I'm sure we'll be seeing some sort of. But just scorpions exist, right? That's a thing. They're in the desert. Scorpions have to exist. So
He's got a few barrels throughout the shop that are filled with oil, some for lanterns, some distilled from creatures. That you could
Monster
use as
lube.
drink
potentially
it.
spell components, or
Drinking.
simply to
To drink.
more easily encourage
drink.
fire. If
No,
you
to
wish
drink.
to, or just drink the oil.
Drinking. I will drink that.
Drink the oil.
I don't recommend that you drink the oil. I've not seen anyone try it, but if
I
you
have
were
poison
going to,
resistance,
if you
I'll
were
be
going
fine.
to attempt, perhaps consider purchasing a poison resistance potion as well.
I already have poison resistance.
Can I look at the staffs?
Yes. So he has a few different sort of types of arcane focuses. He has long sort of quarterstaffs that you could use, but he also just has wands and crystals and such, though for particularly your purposes, you do already have your holy symbol.
Yeah.
Which will
Wands and floaty crowny things.
it'll serve a very similar purpose for you.
I see.
Especially since with your subclass and your sort of cleric specialization, you're more of a weapon user anyway.
Yeah.
So staffs won't particularly do you much benefit. Now, Valbella, as you sort of approach the counter, he shows off a few other items that he has here. They're sort of.
I'm up here because I want to talk to him.
Yes, is there something in particular that I can help you with? Anything specific you're looking for?
I was wondering if you had anything on divine magic. Anything that I could read or anything that you knew, because she kind of like raises her hands up and she looks between them, and then she looks back at the merchant and she goes, I turned someone to ash last night and I've never done that before.
Well, this is more of a magic shop. We focus more on the arcane and the occult, less on the holy. This isn't a church. I do stock holy symbols, but that is really the extent of my knowledge. And most of it I simply got from the cathedral to the south.
Is there anywhere I could go to learn more about this magic that I have now?
Well, the church in the south side of town, I suppose. But they are a church of Imes. I'm not sure what gods you worship.
I did not think that I worshipped any.
I see.
Um,
I suppose you could talk to them. And
Do you know
see.
anything about people just having magic? One day they don't have it, and then the next they have it.
Well, I've seen all manner of folks in this shop well versed in the arcane. Some have studied all their lives to learn it. Some have simply stumbled upon it. Some say that higher powers bestowed it upon them, and they enact their will. But it really seems to differ between the people. You sound like more of the latter case.
Okay. Thank you for talking to me. I thank you. And she is gonna deep breath in, then step back, and then squeeze through Satulio and Lynette.
Of course. Happy to help. He kind of turns to the others. Ezekiel, Cecilia, and Lunette, you're also nearby. And just sort of to the group says, could I interest you in more specialty enchanted items? I stock those as well. I keep them behind the counter.
Hello.
I'm all set.
I do not think so.
Well,
Squad, bro.
he turns towards Lunette, but he sort of says this next part quite loud, clearly intending for all of you to be able to hear it. Well, we have a pair of rings here, and he just sort of pulls out a little box, and then opens it to show you Lunette. These, we call them murmur rings. When one is wearing one, they can speak with the other through their mind, as long as you're within a certain distance.
Do you have another pair of those?
Well, the rings are in pairs. They're sold in pairs, as they require the other to use. It doesn't work in a group, if that makes sense. It is just between the two rings.
Damn, this ain't an Ariana Grande situation, I guess. Anyway, an Ariana Grande situation. 7 rings. Anyway,
that joke went over everybody's head.
What the fuck?
Damn. Okay. Fuck. Anyway, so then if we were to buy 2 pairs, but we each gave one like to a person, it would only work for that pair of people. That explanation made a lot more sense in my head. I'm sorry, Jay. Hopefully you get what I mean.
I believe I understand. They work in pairs. The two rings are connected. So buying 4 of them would not allow 4 people to talk. It would allow
Yeah,
2 pairs
right,
of
yeah.
people to talk. If that makes
Okay.
sense.
Fabella's gonna turn to the group. Do we want just one pair, or
I do have other items if you want to consider other options before you commit to any purchases.
do you have anything that will let us talk amongst the 4 of us?
Not quite. No, that magic is a little complex.
Well, we could do that and then just like come up with a buddy system we try to stick to, where 2 of us try to never leave the other side.
Please don't put suits in my head.
No,
Yeah.
no, I think that we should all get the option to choose who we want to be paired with.
I'm taking offense to that. Lunette?
Well,
I'm sorry. I kid.
I do only have the one pair of rings at the moment, though I could put in an order.
Damn, then why the fuck we
Two.
here? I'm joking. That's not in character. That's not a character.
That would be really fun.
I could put in an order for another pair, though it would take short amount of time to arrive.
I think Ezzy's plan would work, even with just two. Like, you have one person on one, like, buddy
Yeah.
system with one, and somebody else with another.
Ideally, we should do that whether or not we have rings, probably, if we're
Yeah.
somewhere we don't.
Yeah.
Okay, how much is this pair of rings?
Well, they are 20 gold each, which would be 40 for the pair.
Oh,
Hold
mama.
on.
That's a...
Jay, let's talk about this. They come together, but they're $20 each. What the fuck?
He was just
Just
sort
say
of
they're 40.
describing the price of making them. They're
Just
sold
say
in
they're
a bundle of
$40.
40.
Can I barter? I want to barter.
Of course, that's how this whole city works. Nobody's done it yet, though. That's how this
Okay,
city
cool.
works. This is a city of trade and commerce.
No, wait,
this is
wait, no,
designed.
I
this whole
did it.
campaign was designed for
Jay?
you guys to do
No,
it.
I did it when my character was
You
introduced,
did it-
remember? I did
Yes, you did it
for
with the
her.
merchant.
Yep.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, briefly.
I'm superior. Give me 5,000 gold.
Okay, I'm going to barter with him.
All right. Reason
let's
with him
see
a
if
little
I-
bit.
For them.
Let's see if my talking skills are good. So, Volbella's gonna look at these rings, and then she's gonna look at her group, and she's going to go, unfortunately, we don't have the time to wait insert amount of days, however long it may take for another pair of rings.
I see. I
in-
see.
It is imperative for us to be able to communicate over long distances. We are going a bit of ways away, and unfortunately for us, we have not hit very big in terms of gold, and we're kind of doing something a little important. So, is it at all possible that I could get you to drop it to, say, 30 gold?
I see. What exactly are you doing that's so pressing?
I'm group talk. Group huddle,
we-
group huddle.
I think we should make up a really pressing event. Like it's about to explode the city.
That
Oh,
is,
wrong
that is
campaign.
actually, as somebody who is in Hearth and Home, that is
Hearth and
actually
Home,
really
okay.
traumatic. for me.
Wrong campaign.
Oh, wrong
Okay,
campaign.
Okay, so should I tell him straight up that we're doing something for the merchant prince, or
I mean, nobody dislikes the merchant
He
prince.
might think we're lying
don't
about
know.
not having money, though. Like, that's a little.
You have the money. You can just
I
say
do,
that...
but I don't
No,
want to
okay,
spend it.
okay. No, actually, here's the thing. I've watched so many TikToks about people bartering in China. You just tell them that you're not gonna buy it and you're gonna go somewhere else, and then they're like,
I mean,
"Oh
yeah,
no,
that's kind of how,
For
like,
you, I
all
dropped." They're
bartering
like,
works.
"For you, I will drop the price." Like,
No, and you also have to flaunt how much better the other people's stuff is.
yeah,
I don't.
You have to be
I
like,
don't know that
you have
there's
to be like,
anywhere
that's
else
just
we can
You
find.
are-
Where
you
else
are
would we
literally
be able?
same
lying.
thing,
You
but
literally
way
just
better
lie.
less.
You literally just lie. You're like,
That
actually,
is
I know another
that is an
magic
awful
shop.
plan. That is an awful
No, literally, you walk in, you're like, oh, you know what? Actually, I know a better magic shop that will, like, you know, this isn't worth my time, and then you leave.
absolutely knows this city better than us. He will call you out on that. Don't.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's how you barter in real life. So,
Also, we're
This is in
working
real
for
life.
the Merchant King, so we could say that he knows a contact that will get us way better.
Luna, make a perception check for me, thanks.
Okay. Perception. It's being very slow as usual. It'll come out.
I can.
soon.
Let me roll for you. Oh wait, I rolled a d8. Shit, hold
You
on,
can
hold on.
someone else can roll for you if you're having trouble.
No, it'll finish soon. Eventually.
Never mind. Don't take mine. I got a 12. Wait, it was perception. That would have been a 14. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Hold on. Oh, that would have been a dirty 20.
I got a 12.
Are you sure you don't want my roll?
We will treat that as advantage since all four of you are standing here.
Okay, I guess we can wait.
oh my
for me?
god, are we
I
making us roll a
just-
perception check because we're standing right in him talking about.
No, I just arbitrarily picked Lunette because I thought it would make more sense. But you're all standing here. So Valbella and Lunette, you guys notice that he is indeed wearing a small metal clasp on his lapel in the shape of golden scales.
I can work this in my favor then. Alright, group huddle done.
Yeah, if he works for the merchant.
Group huddle done. Alright, so Valbella's gonna...
No.
Did we actually have a group huddle, like, in canon? God, I hope not.
I don't know.
Yes.
God, I hope not.
Yep, we did. Joke's on you.
I-
We are so good at this.
Okay,
Not
so
even a little
Valbella, I
further.
guess Valbella will turn back around, and she'll like lean on her. She'll cross her arms and she'll lean on one, and she'll go, "Well, we are fortunate enough to be working with the merchant prince, but
You see him nod.
he points to his, or she points to his badge and goes, and I'm sure you know how he can be. He is a man who does not pay unless he sees results.
I see. You're friends of the merchant prince.
Friends!
Hmm.
Friends is far too kind. Far too kind.
I was merely using a turn of phrase. I'm not sure he has any.
Me neither.
You can make a persuasion roll. I was having you do the explanation because that's how I set the DC for it. If you have a really good explanation, then I lower the DC for you. What'd you get?
Can I get advantage?
Sure. All four of you are here, and you had a good reason. I'll use advantage, but I'm bumping the DC up by 2.
I got a 19.
All right. Sure. Yeah, that'll do it.
I asked for advantage because the other roll was a 5.
I bumped the DC up by 2 and you asked for advantage, but you still beat it.
That's okay. I'll take it. What was the DC?
It was a 15,
Oh, thank God I asked.
which is medium difficulty. Not too bad.
Thank God I asked.
Since you had a
for it.
good reason.
Okay, cool.
All right. I suppose I can give a small discount to make the deal. I can bring it to, let's say, 32. How's that?
Or 30 is about the best that I can do.
Really?
Really?
Your friends can't chip in too cold?
What if we were to see what else there is and get sort of a bundle discount?
A bundle discount? We don't need
Why
anything
don't you just
else.
bundle it?
You don't know what
Why
else
don't you
there
just
is.
bundle it?
We
I
don't
don't
know
wanna
what else there is. We could all chip in, get something, and get them a little cheaper.
I can
But
show you.
not too much off of only one.
I can show you one of the other items I offer. Might find
He's
it
giving us a
useful.
package.
And if you were to purchase several things, perhaps we could work out some sort of deal.
We are just going to end up spending more money than the 32 at this point.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Well,
That's how
well,
bundles work.
I wanted
Yeah,
more
bundles
stuff.
are
Okay,
usually
well,
not
if
We
you-
good.
can get them all
if-
cheaper.
Listen, if Lunette, if you want to buy some more stuff, we can just bundle it and you can ship it. I'm not buying anything, but you and well, I like to ship. Split price. Okay, anyway. That's my statement.
Yeah.
Very well, I can show you another item we offer. These ones are far cheaper than the rings, and they you might find them quite useful in a city like this. He pulls out a kind of cloth parcel and unwraps it and shows you what appears to just be 2 sort of long folded pieces of cloth, and says, these can be worn as headbands or head wraps, I suppose, and while wearing them, you'll find that they cool your head, they wick the sweat away, they are enchanted, of course, with magic, and they will be plenty useful in a city where the heat seems to never
I think we
leave.
should get some.
What was it again? Sorry, I zoned out briefly.
So basically, they're headbands that sort of are enchanted to keep you cool.
A worthwhile investment. Add them
I
to
think
our
we should-
cart.
Those?
That's your heart.
He's got 2 of them sitting there, and they are sort of a vibrant
What?
silk pattern.
What the fuck is it with this man and only having 2 of everything? There are 4 of us.
They're all like couples gifts.
Inconvenience.
This is actually a couple's.
Yeah.
A
A
couple's
romantic getaway.
magic for lovers.
It's called
You can
forcing
come
the
here for-
party to make informed decisions about who gets to wear the items.
Oh, that's true.
I think I should
That's
do
so
with
true.
the items because I'm hot.
Yeah.
Or-
the
oh,
two-
yeah,
Yeah,
you really
Ezekiel
are.
Ezekiel
Yeah.
gets to wear both headbands and both rings.
I
Yeah.
get to, no, I get to wear both of the rings so that
Talk
neither
to
one of
yourself
you
in
don't
your
listen
head.
to me.
So it's good
Yeah.
Charlotte's like, what the
rings.
fuck are
I
you
get
doing?
both headbands.
So Ezzy and I get the
I just rolled 20.
the scarves, and then Lunette and Sitz, you'll get the rings.
Okay, and then we'll pair up with them.
Lunette didn't want
Yeah.
me in her head though.
Oh
So-
wait, shit, that's right.
It's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Wait, Jay, I have a question. If
How about you, Auntie?
Lunette, if whoever has the ring can
Ah.
communicate with me through thought, would they also be able to hear you, Shyla, or no? Because she's a magical entity.
I'd say probably not quite.
Okay, I think it'd be funny
Wait.
if she could though.
I think it'd be slightly interesting. So we'll say maybe like whispers, but not the
Wait.
exact.
You're like, can you shut up? You're like, who is that? Who is that? It's like back when they had like home phones and like when you had multiple phones in the house and
Oh,
somebody's on the phone, you could pick it up and you could hear what the other people are saying. That's exactly what that would be.
Wait,
They'd be like,
so
get off the
do you
line!
hear any thought you have, or do you get to choose which ones you
I think
want?
you get to choose because I
You get
think
to
it would
choose.
be a little
It's
problematic.
basically
I
it's
think it would
basically
be
like
more funny if you couldn't.
it's basically like the message or the sending spell.
Yeah.
Between
Wouldn't it
two
be funny if
people.
you couldn't and you're just sitting there and you're
No,
like, I
that'd
like
be
lettuce,
awful.
and they're like, what the fuck?
They're like, yeah.
They're specific phrases. It's basically like having a conversation
God.
in your head.
If Lunette could hear every thought that passed through Cecilia's head, it would just be, Daddy, sorry. Daddy, sorry.
Sorry.
Daddy.
Sorry.
Lunette would actually go insane. Fun fact.
And I would not return to the.
Anyway, so we'll do scarves for me and Ezzy, and then the rings for Lunette and Sitz.
I suppose so. Is that all the magic items, or is he just presenting very slowly?
That is what I stock behind the counter. We
I
have
see.
potions that we offer, arcane focuses. We have all manner of spell components.
How much are the spell scrolls?
Well, it will depend on which one you are looking to
Okay, for
purchase.
that-
The shocking grasp one is a little cheaper. The magic arrow is more expensive.
A number? How much are they?
The shocking grasp is 50 gold. The magic arrow is 240.
Why would you tease me like this? Why would you do this to me?
You know
We
he's
could-
doing it on purpose.
We could barter.
That is unfortunate. How much were the headbands?
The headbands are 10 gold each. Though I said, as before, if you were to make a purchase of multiple items, we could discuss a small discount, if that interested you.
How much do we all have total, guys?
Probably a good thing to
I have
decide.
exactly
Have
19
zero.
gold.
I have 67.
I have
Is he-
19. Ezekiel has no money.
Oh.
That can't be true, right?
Or did I? Was there a point where I was supposed to put it in or something? 'Cause
Probably.
that is probably.
Ezekiel
I-
actually just has no money.
I feel
I
like either one is equally possible.
do you. There was almost certainly a moment where you were supposed to have something. I'm gonna give you 20 free gold.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my god, the weird fucking homeless guy has more money than I do.
Because
I fr-
they should have split the gold that they picked up with you too. So
Oh.
if that's gone too, then I wanna make sure that doesn't disappear. So I'll give you 20 free gold since you would have had a bit on you and picked up a bit in your travels.
Yeah, we definitely did split gold.
All right, yeah, that's what I figured. So I'd say I
Yeah.
usually give maybe around 10 to start, depending on how rich your origin is. You would probably be on the less rich spectrum, so I'll
Yeah.
say you had 20 to start plus a little bit that you picked up, and I'll give you 20 free stuff, so that you have 20
Thank
gold.
you.
I forget how much I got paid. I'm supposed to have 40, right?
Something like that.
Okay. Well, if we put me and Valbella's together, it could be about 100. What if we threw in the scrolls and the headbands and say 90 for all of them?
We have other supplies to buy. I think you guys are
Oh,
forgetting.
right.
We have
Yeah,
other
that's true.
things we need to
No,
purchase.
no, no. This is
I could try my hand at bartering again.
We do
Maybe
have
we
other
just do the
supplies
scrolls and
to
that
get.
maybe we just do the rings and the headband and the scrolls can
Sorry, I
maybe
mean
wait.
the one scroll, not
I
both.
think we
'cause-
should barter by
There. Right there.
offering.
Offering what?
I think
Well,
we.
no,
Finish your
well,
sentence.
guys,
Well,
what
I
I'm
think
saying.
we could
Well,
be like.
You
You
can,
know, we
as
could be like.
I would like to
Oh.
add the way that this city works, because you guys haven't done much purchasing of goods yet. You can offer up items you have to provide discounts for the prices as well. You can sell items essentially by trading.
I don't have much interest.
I
in
was
this.
gonna say we could be really terrible and just be like, you know, merchant prince man.
just
He knows
steal
a guy
it.
way better than you.
We
but,
could
like,
just
we could
steal.
kind
No,
of
I'm just
do it
kidding.
away
We
from
could.
it.
We are
You
not
joke,
stealing.
but
We are not
could.
stealing this. We are not.
I think we could.
I feel like that would actually ruin everything. So we are not. I will actually fight you all to make sure we do not steal anything.
I give him my chainmail armor.
Let's give him.
Just-
In return.
No. No, you can't sell me.
No.
You can't give him. You can. I'm not a bartering item.
You're right. You're not worth that much.
Yep.
What if? Okay. What if we threw in a favor?
What? Okay. Well, hold
That's
on.
like a stupid thing, but also
Well, what if? Hold on, because this is if our worry is that we have to buy other things, this is the first shop we've been to, and like I feel like these are not the most crucial items. So why don't we just go to other shops first, get the stuff that we feel like we really need, and then see how we have left over.
Because like, out of all of these things, the things that we will probably need to survive are the head like dresses, but
Yeah.
like the rings and the spell scrolls, we don't need.
Like,
I think we-
honestly,
I
I
agree
would
with
say
Ezekiel. I
the
think we should get
rings
what
are
we.
the most important, just because like I feel like the headbands are good, but we could also.
I mean, there's probably also not magic ones that we can buy. but-
Actually, I've thought about how hot it is, and I've decided I do want a headband.
yeah.
Never mind.
Well, they're 10 gold. What's your
Yeah,
what's your
those
what's
are-
your what's your total gold amount? Like 140 something?
Like together.
Yeah. Just curious.
Okay, so
It's
67,
like 150-ish.
67 plus 20 plus 19. How much do you have, Lynette?
40.
40.
40. 146 across the board.
All right. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that number.
Yep, 146 across the board.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah,
should.
I think we
Or
should.
just.
We could communism it and give everyone like 35 pieces of gold.
I mean,
True, but like we still all have we have stuff to buy, so like we can just pitch in with each other. So it doesn't like we don't need an allowance.
yeah. Can we just like ask him to hold it like behind the desk or something, and we'll
I can-
return for it?
I can do that. There is a period where I won't be able to do so. About a week or so I can't hold items for you after that point, but if you are interested in purchasing something, I can hold it behind the counter for you.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Very well. Is there specifically something you wanted me to hold then?
All of
Um,
it? Maybe?
The rings and the scarf.
Yeah.
All right, very
And
well.
the shocking grasp, please.
Shocking grasp. Of course, yes. I will keep those behind the counter, and they are yours until the end of the week, and then I have to release holding them for you, as there may be other purchasers interested.
Of course, of course.
Lunette, I already have shocking grasp.
Well, I want it.
You don't get to have the same spells.
But if it's a scroll, does that not mean it only works once?
No, wizards can copy scrolls into their spellbook.
Yeah.
Oh. Why
Well,
not do
I'm
the
cooler 'cause
arrow
mine's a
one? How
cantrip.
much was the
I
arrow?
don't-
Just over
know.
200.
You're 100 gold short.
I could ask
How
my
much is Shocking
girlfriend for a
Grasp?
loan.
Oh my god.
The
How
Shocking
much is
Grasp one
Shocking Grasp?
was 50.
Yeah. Yeah, I have it as a cantrip. You just use me as your personal Shocking Grasp dispenser. I know you want it, but it's 50
I
gold.
want it as a cantrip. I will buy it for myself if I have to. I will barter it down to 40.
Okay, but you know, when we're stranded in the desert and you ain't got money,
Well,
Well, what is
Okay,
gonna do?
I think we're done here for right now.
I will hold these items for you. Nothing else you're looking to purchase?
No, thank you.
I noticed
Not
you were
fun now.
discussing a journey through the desert, yes?
Yes.
Very well. You might want to be interested in anti-venoms, lots of poisonous creatures out there in the Inhara.
I
We
ain't gotta
will
worry
come
about
back for it.
Very well.
We'll see what is in the budget.
My shop is open most times of the day.
it'd be funny if
Okey-dokey.
he said all times of the day and he never sleeps, he just stands there.
You know,
All
we
times of
are.
the day.
We're also
Nope.
not thinking about the illegal potion man. He's not illegal, but he feels illegal.
Nobody here speaks thieves' cant.
It's not...
Really?
I know
It's-
it's not a thief like specific thing, but
No, I just mean that it's not like a specific, like, pure language. There's signals and signifiers to notify each other that you're in the know.
Everybody's.
don't know any
You're
of them.
oink oink in the know.
You're-
You know?
They're like code words and misdirects and talking about things that seem unrelated. Conversations in these can't take longer than normal conversations. That's an actual mechanic.
Oh boy. Us trying to get the campaign along a smooth route. Also us. What's
I
spend
usually-
half an hour bardoing with this
I
guy.
usually fast forward them because there's not usually a time crunch when you're trying to talk in Thieves' Camp. But the four of you make your way back out into the streets of the Golden Bazaar, pushing your way past other city folk, all crowding up to buy items, and can head wherever you wish.
Hmm.
I mean,
So, like, what do
Um,
you think is most necessary?
well, the
for
merchant
food
guy's
research?
been on the trip before, so
Yeah,
I think
where
we
is
should talk to.
he?
He's in the Debonair. If we just go to the Debonair to talk to him,
We
he
should
should
probably do that.
he should
Yeah,
be
let's
able
go
to
do
tell us
that.
like what we need.
Let us go do that.
To the Debonair. All right, single file line, everybody. Actually, I don't know where I'm going.
The Debonair is
Single file line.
below us, isn't it?
No, it's above us.
Oh, is it back in the.
It's in Pillory
Here?
Plaza.
Oh, okay.
So here.
You you push your way through the crowds, elbowing your way through people attempting to buy bushels of bananas, and eventually wind your way back to Pillory Plaza, where the upscale restaurant, the Debonair, lies.
Which people?
Is this where is this where Goblin Man and his sexy bodyguard is?
Yes.
Oh.
I think that.
Gotta update.
Oh my God, he's gone.
Oh,
haven't
fuck.
visited here in ages.
Oh
Yeah, they-
no, he's gone.
He's
Yeah.
dead.
They
That
executed
is
him.
so sad.
Oh, did they really?
Well, he's gone.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. I
They're
feel.
not gonna. They're not gonna keep a criminal
We gave
there
up on that
for-
quest line, so they executed him.
Yep.
Well, nobody else wanted to do it
Well,
except for me.
That guy was boring. I don't care about him.
What quest? What happened?
I have
There
a
were-
feeling that may come to bite us in the
It
ass.
probably
later.
will not. Gonna be honest. It probably will not.
Jay, can I
What?
roll a perception to see if that's true? Will it bite us in the ass?
Not quite. I can Never mind.
You cannot reveal.
No,
the
no, no, no.
rest of
Now
the
you have to tell
weapon.
us. Now you have to tell us.
Nah, I was just it's fine. Not a
No,
problem.
Jay, please. I must know.
I was just gonna spoil what that quest was, but
What is,
do
no, what is it?
No, spoil it. Spoil it.
No, it's
We have to
fine.
know, Jay.
Jay,
The
please.
masses need to know. Jay, this
The masses.
this
You
is like
You didn't do it.
I
well,
fucking knew it! I
what
knew
can
it!
you do?
No one,
Oh
no one
well.
wanted to believe me!
That's okay.
It's alright. He's dead now. It doesn't
He's
matter.
fine.
You make your way into the debonair, where the Mater d'Orlisa greets you and says, "Did you have a reservation, or just stopping in for breakfast, lunch, brunch, something in between?"
Here,
Well,
these
Bella
are
beelines for Emerine.
Oh my god.
Sorry,
We
we're
are-
here to talk to someone.
Yes, we are visiting actually.
I see, I see. Well, if you want a table, just come back and talk to me.
Alright.
I guess we go up to the room.
We just walk up there and they're like, I. Maybe we should. Oh, I don't
Winks
know.
at
ask
Emerine on the way
Emerine.
up.
Yeah,
Oh.
maybe we should ask her
Nah.
where he's
Thank God.
staying.
Whew, thank God I didn't go immediately to the stairs.
Emerine drop kicks you down the stairs,
I would thank her.
and you say I'm bad.
You are.
Yeah, and so are you.
The woman who had
I'm
her
bad, but you're worse.
the woman who had her arms folded and leaning against the railing of the stairs here steps in your way as you attempt to make your way towards the stairs, and she just kind of looks the four of you up and down and says, "I don't remember you four arranging a room upstairs. What exactly is your business up there?"
We need to talk to somebody who has a room up there.
We are
How
called-
tall is Emerine?
Not as tall as you.
Good.
Maybe 5'6".
We are co-workers of Leandro. We need to talk to him.
I see. Yes, he did check in the other day. Alright. Suppose I'll let you pass. Don't cause any trouble.
Oh, I wouldn't
No
dream of-
promises.
Oh, easy.
Anyway.
Run up the stairs.
Hey, single file, no jumping. over-
Emerine, my beloved.
Oh,
Emerine,
Hopper,
my
like-
beloved.
It's like frog, like leapfrog.
It's like frog. Yes, Frogger.
Yeah, frog.
Alright. Then,
Oh, Emerine, one day I will flirt with you.
One day.
One day.
I...
Oh, he's got the purple bed sheets.
What?
somebody's peeking at the screen they're not supposed to see.
I'm gonna say roll 20 didn't load for me.
Occasionally.
The
I
four
flicked
of you
through to look at the chat.
Four of you make your way up the stairs to the upper floor of the debonair, where the rooms of the inn lie.
How is there a way that I can make Twitch like chat only? Like I can only see
yeah.
chat.
You could probably just zoom
Pop
in
out.
a lot.
And you can pop
Yeah,
out
how
the
does
chat
that
too.
You can pop it out to another window.
Yeah, and then you can
How
just
do
pose
I-
you.
What?
You can
A
pop
little
out the chat.
options button.
Wait. Chat.
You'll see
Pop out.
Which I forgot to do, so now I haven't seen what anyone's been saying.
That's so magical.
I just leave it, like I just pause the stream, so I can still
Send
read.
another
send a
option, yeah.
message.
Yeah, because I can
make-
still read the chat if
Make
I
the
pause
chat
the stream.
pop up.
These are some nice ass rooms. What the hell?
Well, how the
Well,
fuck did we? How did we end up in Tariki's little back shithole?
Because you're all terrible?
Do you want to
Ooh.
know? Do you want to know why? This place is not free, and the other place was.
Yeah,
Oh, that does make it different.
I know where on Incarnate Jay found these beds, so I feel like I'm better than everybody else.
Ooh, bitch, little bitch, little bitch.
One of the doors is kind of slightly ajar, and you can hear rattling around of somebody sorting their things through it.
Is
He's
the
just
door-
like
so the door
whacking
is
shit.
closed.
Yeah, it's ajar.
Oh, I
Maybe
pried
knock?
open.
No.
Maybe
No,
not.
we don't knock in the north.
No.
Oh, okay.
Well known
That's
fact
canon
is
now.
knock
What?
That's
on
canon.
doors.
Everybody that's from the north doesn't knock.
Well,
It's canon.
well-known fact about the
Nobody
north.
has
We don't
knocked on
knock.
my door.
Well, it would really depend where in the north you're from. I don't know that Valbella would particularly have many doors
Doors.
at all.
Shut up! Jay, shut up! Shut your mouth.
Yeah, you just don't. You're not cool. You don't have doors.
I don't know.
I will knock on the
Jay,
door.
that was a horrible joke.
My God.
So you crack the door.
I'm gonna
open and
knock on the door
see-
frame as Valbella runs in.
All right. As the knock occurs, you see Leandro turn around. He's just kind of sorting through piles of clothing, and he's got sort of an assortment of leather pouches and cloth-wrapped boxes all lying across his bed. And he turns to greet you all and says, "Ah, it's you again, friends. Well, welcome back. Is
Yeah,
this something
well.
you needed? Or
We
just
need
here to talk about the journey?"
yes and no. We need to know important things to get for the Cecilia, I'm gonna kill you. For the trip.
So yes, so
Can
yes,
we actually go in the room, guys?
So yes,
Maybe
we are here to talk about that.
Of course.
He didn't
come
invite us
come
in.
Come in.
You're blocking
Okay.
the doorway.
He
gonna
didn't
say,
invite us
Valbella, you're on the way.
in.
Oh, you say that after walking because you don't have doors.
I opened this door.
Yes, you
I
have
just
to
did
knock.
not knock. Knocking is not a thing where I'm from.
I do not.
You
know
walk
the name
in.
for my trip.
I'm not even going to go there with you right now, Lunette.
Okay. Yes. So we're getting prepared for the trip, and we need to figure out what to bring with us.
I see, of course. Well, I've done the trip a few times before. I can give you a small list of things that we should purchase before we leave and bring with us.
That would be excellent.
Now, I have a camel that we can use to carry our supplies. We will most likely be needing it, otherwise we won't be able to bring enough food and water to last the journey.
Does the camel have a name?
It does.
What is their name?
He doesn't say the name.
The camel is named Pancake.
Oh.
Yeah.
My heart. I thought they didn't have pancakes here.
He's
Well,
traveled.
Wait
hold
a
on a
minute.
damn minute.
He's
Wait a
really from the
minute.
north.
The pancakes, they're not a cultural food around here, but I've been all across the realms.
Oh my God,
He's like,
me
wow,
too.
look at this exotic food.
I am
Oh
the
my
one who named
God.
it.
Tucks his hair behind his ear.
Oh my God! Wait, I've been everywhere too.
Wait,
crazy.
also, can we get a little name tag below him, or is that?
Yeah, I need to remember how his name is spelled.
Sorry, Jay.
There you are.
Thank you.
All right.
Pancake. I will treasure.
Now, to business. First things first, we will need water. Now, there is a well in town, actually just outside the restaurant that you can fill, but we will need barrels to carry it. Cake barrels, something large. Perhaps 2 of them for either side to balance the weight on the camel. It should last us for the trip. Now, a trip to Kasana should take just under 2 weeks as long as the weather is good. Though, in the Imhara, you can't count on the weather to be good.
Foreshadowing.
I think that do you have any enchanted clothing to protect us against the heat, or is that something that we should acquire?
Well, I have my own clothes for desert travel, robes and head wraps. The general store usually stocks basic desert garb if you wish to purchase some. I certainly recommend it.
Wait, what did he say?
You have to go to the general store to buy clothes.
He said
I
if
was
you
looking up camel
Yep.
food.
Oh my God.
if you want to buy desert garb, you can do so, like normal,
I'd like to buy
non-enchanted desert garb.
Because it's probably
Then
cheaper.
you can do so at the general store.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. I don't need enchanted stuff.
Now, we will need food to last us the journey. Some of it can be fresh for the first day or so of travel. though we do need to buy food that will last us. There is the option to hunt for food, but that is not as reliable in a desert as it would be in a forest. So we ought to buy food that can keep. They sell dried meats and root tack in the bazaar at some of the stalls that you could purchase. And a few different fresh food options you could bring as well. Did we ever blow up his portrait? Here you go.
Jesus, Jay.
Oh,
You
God.
know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing.
You can't do this. Hold on, I'm taking a picture. Give me a second.
Oh my
No.
God.
Once we had food enough to last us approximately 2 weeks, then we also need to bring with us something to rest in overnight. I don't think you want to lie in the middle of the dunes as it begins to cool off in the night, so we should bring along tents. The type of tent is really up to you. It depends on how you want to sleep and, well, how many people we're bringing with us. We could get individual tents or two-person tents. We could also get a larger tent as well. Enough to fit all of us. That is an option too. They should sell those in the bazaar as well.
I like how we're just sitting here. Any crimes we say must be put into check. Not said out
I mean, truly. Okay, so we need desert safe food, we need tents, and we need sleeping things, basically.
Water.
Oh, we need water. And
Oh,
we
yeah,
need,
that too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wrote it down.
There's a well, but
Oh,
you
thank
can,
God.
you need
Thank
something
God,
to contain
Luna,
the
I
water.
could kiss
I
you.
was gonna write it down, but I got a little preoccupied.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can-
we need barrels for the water. Is what we gotta buy.
Yeah, you can also just, if you have like a written down list, you can type it up and put it in the Caesar Sand chat so that you can remember it, what you have.
No,
Yeah,
it is in,
before
it is
it
in
gets
Lunette's-
drowned out.
It is in Lunette's notebook, and nobody else will see it.
Oh, damn. Too bad.
Because Lunette has not safe. I know what you're doing, Lunette. I know what's happening.
You are
Alright.
awful.
I love gay people.
But you're
Heart
not
emoji.
denying me.
Heart emoji.
And then, of course, anything else you want to bring with you, we should have a bit of space on the camel, but you can bring your packs and carry stuff as well yourselves. Any idea how many people are coming with us other than those in this room?
We've invited 2 others. One of which has apothecary knowledge, and another who's an archaeologist.
All right, I see. Very well. Then just need to make sure that we have enough supplies for everyone, and we should be ready to leave. So, if you don't mind, my wounds are still a little raw. If you could handle most of the supplies, purchasing them, that would be great. I will.
He's making us pay for his shit because he's injured.
I will
Yes.
get pancake ready and get my own
Have
supplies.
any gold you would like to spare for us?
Of course. Here, I will pay for some of the supplies myself.
Oh, Lynette, looks like you can get that scroll you want.
Ooh.
See, now
We just,
everybody.
like,
Listen, now
um,
everybody is in love with Leandro because
Not
because
Bella.
he gives us money. He has a camel named Pancake. He's really hot.
He hands
Just
you
looks
a
great.
little coin purse,
Funny.
jingling with gold. To whoever holds their hand out.
Me,
Valbella.
I do. My money.
Nope,
No.
Valbella
Cecilia-
has the most.
No, Cecilia held his hand out first, so Cecilia gets it. Here
We
you go,
can play
friend.
rock, paper, scissors for it.
I punched Luna. Not Luna. I punched Valbella. I knocked her out of.
Oh my god!
I'm like, oh my god, thanks.
He's just like watching.
I just love the mental image of Lunette's taking notes and she just fucking clocks her for no goddamn reason.
So he hands Sutsulia the coin purse.
Their fingers brush and
Thanks.
everything.
Yeah, it's like really cool and homoerotic.
Yeah.
I'm ready to throw myself off a cliff. Okay, anyway. I'll counter it later.
Any other questions you had? About things we should bring with us, or about the desert itself?
What kind of weather should we be expecting, like heat-wise?
Well, most days are, by default, incredibly hot in the desert, but there is always the risk you can have a heat wave where the weather is even more extreme. Days like that are dangerous if you don't have enough water or clothing to cover your body. Burns can be a possibility as well. Now, you may luck out and it might be a more cool day. Some days you might be lucky and have clouds cover the sun, in which case you will find that it's not quite as hot that day, though I will say those are rare. Another thing we should look out for are sandstorms. If the wind picks up, it can cause massive clouds of sand that make it rather difficult to navigate.
Cool beans.
Coolest beanest.
The coolest of beans. Thanks so much, King, for the
What did he
information.
say? I'm sorry, I am being harassed right now.
Oh my
You're
god.
not being
So
harassed.
basically
I'm
he
being
said that the
harassed.
weather can fluctuate. It can either be like
Oh,
not too
fellas.
bad, but it can get really bad. There's like sandstorms that can happen. You just have to be prepared for everything.
Bad if it's not.
Jay, what am I doing?
Okay.
Cheating on her girlfriend in the chat.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
I
are
think
not
you-
confirmed girlfriends.
I think you forget. I
We
think you
are
are
not
forgetting.
confirmed
We're literally
girls.
bringing her with us. You're gonna cheat on
she
her
has
right
not
in front-
displayed an ounce of interest in Valbella yet.
What if she's straight?
I didn't even think about that. I won't
She's
lie.
just straight.
Straight
didn't
people in
even-
Grand Lorien. Okay.
She's
Can
like-
I roll
she's
a
like,
gay
"Oh,
check on?
listen."
Can I roll a homosexual check on?
No, listen.
This is
Listen.
awful.
You're like,
I'm
no,
leaving
listen,
the room. I'm leaving the room.
You
I
talk-
can't
you
handle
t-
this.
You talk to her, and she's like, "Yeah, I think you're really nice. You know what? We make really great friends." You're like, "What about more than friends?" She's like, "I'm sorry, I'm straight."
That would be really.
Jay,
I say,
is
I
there
I'm
can't
leaving
something
the
you
room.
want to tell me?
I can't
I'm
joke
leaving.
about that
I'm
because
done.
that's the
I'm
same
leaving.
thing that Jay would. He would
I'm
do that to
leaving.
me. He would do that to me. So I can't joke about that.
Goodbye. I am gone. I'm kidding.
When have I ever given
Wait,
you
no,
evidence
Lunette,
that I
we
would
have
do
to
that to you?
kiss. We have to kiss. Lunette, we have to kiss.
Please. Oh my
No.
God.
No, we have to kiss.
All right, let's
I'm
take a
glad.
let's take a 2-minute break.
Cool, I need to get water.
Oh boy, I'm ready to.
Jesus Christ.
This is great. Having a great time.
All right, we'll take a little 2-minute break. Go get food. Go get water. Go to the bathroom. Whatever you need to do, and we will be back in just a minute.
I don't take breaks. I'll be here.
Okay.
Yep,
Cool.
I will be our
Anybody who wants to talk to me, I'll be here. Hey yo, Twitch chat, how's it going? Everything. How's it hanging? There's like 4 people. One of them's me. I like fish. Actually, I was gonna say I don't like fish. I don't like fish. That's the
You
one.
Like
That's
fish?
the one. That's the one seafood I don't like. Is fish.
You went to college in Maine.
Well, I like the lobster.
I'm gonna strangle you.
Please don't. But yeah, no. Fish is like the only like seafood I don't like. I mean, if it's cooked a certain way, I'll eat it. Like if it doesn't really taste fishy, but yeah, I'm
So
I'm
you
not a
like
big,
fish when it doesn't taste like fish.
yeah. Like I'll eat fish if it tastes like chicken or whatever, but I'm not gonna eat fish if
What?
it's like.
I think that not
No,
being-
listen. There's a way you can season fish, or like if it's like tapioca or something that's like really bland. If you season it in a way that doesn't make it taste like like really outright fishy, then that's better than shrimp. Yeah, but shrimp, I like shrimp. Honestly, like I said, I
you
like pretty much everything that's not.
culinary school, and you don't like fish, and you don't like spicy things.
I don't dislike spicy things. I've actually gotten used to eating spicy foods because I started putting like potatoes, and it was really good. But no, like I said, I'll eat pretty. I like every other seafood that's not fish. I like shrimp, like oysters, clams, scallops, crabs, lobster. I like squid. I like octopus. I like mussels. Yeah, like I said, I'll eat anything. Sitsuli doesn't like squid. He's not a squid.
Oh, he
doesn't like
Squid
Squid
Boy.
He doesn't like Squid Game. No, just kidding.
Oh god.
Anyway, Squid Game, great show, am I right?
Hey, no spoil.
I'm not spoiled. I haven't even finished it myself.
Oh,
What the-
I haven't watched
I'm on
it.
like episode 4. All of my friends are not watching it with me because they're busy.
I told someone
Gross.
to watch Breaking Bad, so I have to finish that first.
You are like this 4th person that's told like me to watch Breaking Bad.
Did I even tell you to watch Breaking Bad?
Yes,
that
you
Anne-
did. And then you told me that Ben was like, haha, this is Walter's hot or something.
Yeah, everyone in class was like, Walter's hot. It was really upsetting.
I disagree 100%.
Yeah, that's because you should.
Yeah. I may
Right.
have a weird taste in fictional men, but that's not.
Yeah. Hold on.
He's not in that taste.
Are we missing
Hold on.
Lunette still?
Yes, that's
Great flavoring in there.
Anyway, Jay, if you pull a 180 on me and you're like, oh yeah, this man is straight, I'm actually just gonna quit the camp.
Hi, losers. What I missed.
I'm kidding. I would never do that.
Nobody
will
even
still
asked
be
what
really
kind of
upset.
merchant do you?
Now I want to know. No, listen. The 2 weeks that we're traveling, I'm gonna ask him all of his life details, and you have to send me like a 5-page report on all of his life story.
Alright.
Listen, all I'm saying is I think that Lunette and Valbella could make a compelling PC romance. That's all
Oh
I'm
my
saying.
god, what about your fucking apothecary girlfriend?
No, this
could
is
be
what I
straight.
said.
She
This
could
is
be
about
straight.
Our characters.
I love how you were so obsessed with her, and as soon as you started thinking about Lunette, you're like, alright, fuck that bitch.
Yeah,
I'm out.
Hey, listen, Sanon. I wouldn't say that you struck out. I just think that the first time you express any form of romantic attraction to somebody, they're not just gonna instantly fall in love with you. It's a bit of a dance back and forth. That's all.
No.
I don't think
Well,
you were
listen.
rejected. It's just that
Okay.
you were.
The
It's
put
just that
in
you
to get out.
It's just that you basically did like the very first step right as you left, and so
Wait, no. You have to
Listen,
put
you're
out
romance?
to get in.
Listen. Nobody look at me and Adelaide's relationship as like an example because we literally just had a meet cute and there was like it was like instantaneous. So nobody should actually look at that as an example because
Yeah.
that's like unrealistic.
and then you saved her life from a
Yeah, and that's
horrific.
And you know what?
Well,
witch.
What you're
We're
saying to
well,
me is that I
you
have to
can-
save
and-
Lunette's life. Got it.
So, what
I feel
I
like
mean,
you should
honestly,
already you should already be doing that as a
save
party
her
member.
from
yeah, you shouldn't take. That's what you're
I
doing.
have. To be fair, I have. To be
When did
fair,
that
I
happen?
have. During
When?
the snakes.
You should already be trying to save our lives as one of like you should
Some
already
lives.
be doing that. Some lives matter, others don't. The only person whose life matters is actually Leandra. Nobody else matters.
Yeah, this is an escort quest. You guys lose the mission if Leander dies.
And then you,
God,
have to
he will
start
never
over.
die. I will die
And-
before he dies, for sure.
Yeah, if
Like,
Leandra
actually-
dies on the trip, you actually have to restart from the cult fight.
Yeah, that's the last save
Yeah,
point.
when did you guys save last? Was that like session 2?
I don't save.
Yeah.
It costs 100 gold to save, so
And it's like, you know, when you have to restart, it's like 2,000. They charge you a bunch of money.
are we all back now?
You lose half your items.
We're all here, yeah?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So after finishing up with talking to Leandro, the 4 of you make your way back out of his room as he sort of completes his sorting of his items, and head on back down the stairs, I presume,
Yeah.
to go
To
and
flirt with Emery.
make your purchases. Is what I was gonna say, but
Hey, can you put my character token back on? I just deleted my
No.
No, Such
No,
doesn't get to
you're
come
actually
back.
we call that. We're gonna use that as an omen for the relationship.
Oh. Oh.
This has been sent to the astral plane.
Oh damn! I didn't know I got at him.
Alright, so making your way back down the stairs into the tavern floor of the Debonair.
What are you doing?
Stocked with a little bit more gold to make some purchases.
Oh yeah,
with.
what was
How
in that
much
pouch?
money?
Can I count?
It's
Yeah.
sorted as you walk. It was 80 gold.
Great, that's going right in my inventory.
That
I have exactly 99 gold now. That's so funny. Alright, guys, I have a sugar daddy now.
That's 228 gold, by the way.
Not for you, Lynette.
No, Lunette.
We don't need
I'm
water, we
budgeting.
don't need food, we need one spell scroll.
I need it.
Ooh.
Lunette, you will be okay without it, I promise.
I'm gonna wave goodbye to Orlis.
Bye, Orleans.
So not having a meal then today?
No.
Wait, not.
No.
I think I'm British.
Yeah.
back
That's interesting.
No.
Come on back then if you change your mind.
We will. You're very pretty.
Wax Valbella. Yeah, you'll be back, I'm sure of it.
Okay, right in front of Lunette.
I
Yeah, I'm
hate this
cheating
new
on her
development.
already. Got a whole
Cannon?
I might
You're
veto
cheating
it.
on her already.
I hate this new development, I might veto it.
What new development? What new development? What new development, Jenny?
Jay said
I don't
you
know,
can't
but I
do
hate
this.
it.
See, no, but the funniest part to me is that I say all this shit about NPCs and Jay's like, this isn't a problem. And as soon as you two start talking, he's like, I hate this.
Because
Oh, Jay, what you're saying is
because-
you don't like lesbians.
no, what we're saying is that I can limit your time wasting when you're around NPCs because NPCs can be busy and you can't just stand around an NPC. But if when it's two player characters, you guys are gonna be around each other 24/7, and I don't know if I can handle it.
Yeah.
Player
Jay might
character
kill himself.
romances, baby.
Jay would actually end his life, I think. He'd be like, I can't do this anymore. You guys
Wow.
need to stop.
Probably start with your characters first.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
I'll
kill
be
one
on
of
the
the
end of the line
characters.
there.
It's done right there.
Yeah.
So you make yourself. You guys leave the Debonair and can head wherever you wish in the city.
Probably go back to the
I wish to
bazaar.
make out with Luna.
Oh my god, we're going to the bazaar.
So this is
Okay,
why it's a
look at
problem,
the
is
side.
because it has to be every single joke.
No, please don't joke.
Oh, he's
Okay,
mad
I won't
now,
do it anymore.
guys.
I won't do it anymore. I won't do it anymore.
See,
You
I can
sounded
make all the jokes I
legitimately
want.
mad and I got scared.
I wasn't actually mad. I was just saying. That's what
If
I
Jay's
mean. Is that
actually
is that
mad,
it
you will
is that
just
it will
be
be
a character.
24/7.
I'm still.
If it's gonna happen, we can't be joking about it.
I would-
24/7. That's
I
all I'm
would
just
like
saying.
a plot to happen at some.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I'm getting my escapism fix because
Of
I haven't
course.
had it in 3 weeks.
Oh my god.
Go see a therapist. Yeah.
She doesn't help anymore.
Go see a new therapist.
Do you know how difficult it is to?
Yeah,
we go?
no,
Oh,
I
we're
know.
going up to.
We're going
up
to the general store.
If
Yeah.
you see multiple therapists at once, they'll stack the effect.
Yeah.
So true.
It's
Yep.
like they'll cure multiple status ailments at
Yeah.
once.
Yeah. But it's not like, sometimes it'll work like that, and sometimes it will not stack. And it'll just take the one with the highest buff.
Sometimes it'll cancel out like a math equation.
Like a
And then you
math
just get
equation.
nothing.
Yeah.
Into the shop.
God, I can't get over the fact that this cheese wheel looks like
Cheese.
Pac-Man.
Waka waka.
This time for
I was making a dining table, and Jay saw this firsthand, but there are so many fucking cheese wheels on that table. It's so funny.
That
I was
a
like,
really
let me
busy
just book
table.
all of... Yeah, I was like, let me just pick all of the foods I can just slap on here, and I did. I didn't even add plates. I just shoved as much food as I possibly could on the table.
So you make your way into the general store where the shop owner Clementine is waiting behind the counter. She looks up from what she was doing, counting a few coins, and addresses the two of you who walk up to the counter and says, "Is there something in particular that you're looking for, or just browsing?"
Know of any foods that are particularly good for desert travel?
Well,
Any dried foods, particularly?
of course, we have a few different types of dried foods. You're making a trip to the Imhara, then?
Yeah. Yes, I
Yeah,
guess.
so the Imhara is basically the desert area we're going to.
Okay.
We're going to
Yeah.
Pisana, but they call that Stressive Desert. The Imhara.
That whole big desert is the Imhara.
Yeah, the whole
Whole
desert.
big 'un.
Yep,
The whole big one.
We
that's
would
what I
also
thought, but
need-
I was wondering if it was just like a regional thing.
We will also need barrels for water and tents.
Oh, and
All
like
right.
stuff like desert attire too.
Yes, I should have some empty keg barrels in the back that I could grab for you. How many were you thinking of needing?
2, right? That's what he said. 2 for like 1 for each side of the camera.
Did he say that?
I thought that's what he said.
Yes. It was
Okay. Yes.
5 minutes ago.
I was waiting
Yep.
for you.
Well, I was right. So.
Look, I got 90% of the information down. Okay, I'm doing
Except for that.
I'm doing all right.
Except for the crucial part of how much water do we bring.
I got the rest of it. 2 barrels.
All right, I can go and grab them from the back. And then you said desert clothing as well.
Yeah.
All right, I think I have some old crates of clothes somewhere that you could have a look through and find something that suits your fancy.
Well, oh yeah, and then the I was trying to think of everything else that they mentioned. That, and then like dried food.
She makes her way around the counter and pries open one of the crates in the corner. She kind of sorts around and says, all right, this crate here is clothing if you want to take a look.
Runs over.
I suppose.
The cute little man.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Too busy being gay.
No.
Yep. See,
Personal
I'm not
life
too busy
stuff.
being
No, personal life stuff.
So you sort,
AKA being gay.
you sort through the crate and can find just sort of all manner of clothing. Some of it just sort of old-looking rags, and some of it a little bit nicer. But you can find among tunics and trousers and the odd shoe, you can also find longer robes, scarves, head wraps, all sorts of things that may come in handy.
I gotta pick out the most stylish outfit that is also practical. So I'm just gonna go general and say it's a stylish but practical outfit.
Very well.
Yep.
Is there anything blue?
Sure, there should be one or two things dyed. A blue, there's some greens, maybe even a purple in there.
Yeah, I'll take like a nice, I don't know, sand cloak, whatever the hell. I don't know what to call it. Whatever a medieval windbreaker is, you know.
A medieval windbreaker.
And before too long, Clementine returns from the back, rolling 2 large empty keg barrels. and turns back towards you all and says, did you find any clothing you like then?
Indeed, we did.
Alright, very good. You can just pile anything you want up on the counter, and I'll sort through it and give you a price at the end. Now then, as far as food goes, we have fresh food, but we have food that'll last you a little longer in the desert as well. We sell root tack here, and some parcels just over there. It kind of points to one side of the shop. And we also have a few dried meats as well.
You are the only person there, so I think
I'm
She's
not
talking
okay.
to she's talking
Yeah.
to the bookcases.
It's difficult for me to pay attention right now. Things are happening, and it's hard for me to pay attention.
She was just talking to the room then.
Okay, sorry.
it's okay.
Take whatever, honestly. Whatever we can get the most of in bulk that'll last us for 2 weeks.
Brute tack, whatever the hell that is.
It's like dried fruit, I think. Just like kind of non-perishable. Oh my god, do they have Twinkie? No.
Well, I was just trying to sort through my notes for a sec, but they have some bundles of root tack, which is sort of like a very hard, chewy bread made from the roots of certain plants. Not particularly flavorful, but lasts a while on a journey. They also have within this a bit of fresh food as well. She sells rather large golden colored melons in her shop as well.
Melons.
As well as other manner of fresh fruit, few different types of vegetables, grapes, bananas.
I want to get
carrots,
stuff for
some
pancake.
mushrooms. She has some cheese, a few different types of breads, fresh fish from the dockyards, and a few different types of sort of already ready-made, prepared foods as well. Yeah, she's got octopus on a stick, and some baked barnacles, and giant scorpion tail.
The scorpion's juice. Okay. In my opinion, I feel like we should get a healthy mix. Like, more so foods that'll last us longer, but we also don't want to just be bored. So, like, if we got some fruit that could last us a couple days at least. But I feel like we want to be putting most of our investments into food that lasts.
I think we should buy all non-perishables.
All of their non-perishables.
Yeah, I don't think we should waste any money on fresh food. Because we don't know, what if a sandstorm or something hits?
That's
I would
true.
like an octopus on a stick. That would be nice.
I mean, like, we could, like for the first, like, when we set out, like, the day of. Like fruit. But not a lot, just, like, a little bit. Like, for flavor text. But in real life.
Just a day or two's worth.
Yeah.
And also, I am throwing in some octopus on a stick.
Okay. So, I'll just go around and, like, gather up generally I'm just gonna generally say 2 weeks worth of non-perishables and some fruit.
And octopus on a stick.
And octopus on a stick.
Yeah, you can get some kind of ready-made fresh octopus on a stick, grilled up and hot if you want, in the markets.
Yes, learn an awful octopus on a stick.
That's just a couple copper. I won't tally that in if you just want food
Okay.
for today.
Yeah, just gonna get the food and then I'll use Leandro's money for the clothes as well. And the barrels.
What about tents?
Oh, and tents too. We need tents.
We need
Uh,
tents.
what sort of tents were you looking for? Two-person tents?
Immediately,
something bigger?
2%. 2% tent.
Sure, two person.
Hold on, I have to do math. So there's 7, so we'll need 4. We can get we can get 3 2-person tents and then 1 single-person tent.
All right. The two-person tents are 4 gold each, and the larger tent is 10 gold.
Okay, actually, do we want to share a tent or do we want to buy? Because like I think it might be cheaper to get.
How many
To get
people
the-
can the big one hold?
Yeah.
Hard to say. It depends on the amount of stuff you're bringing with you, and I suppose the size of the people.
Damn.
Well, we've got that
I feel
one
called
with
out.
us.
I
I
feel
would
called out.
say perhaps 5, give or take, an extra person.
Okay, so let's get a big tent and then a 2-person tent.
Oh, geez, now Leandro can't escape you.
We could shove everyone into the big tent
Mm,
and then
yeah, but
have
we-
Volbella in the 2-person tent.
That's true. Yeah, so let's get a 2-person tent and then the big one.
Because the big one, a lot of the space
A lot of space is
is
going to be taken
probably...
up by you.
Yeah.
We could also get 2 big tents and have a tent that has mostly supplies in it, and then
And
somebody.
then Volbella sleeps in the supply tent.
Yeah, Volbella sleeps in the supply tent, and everybody else sleeps in the big other tent.
These plans are so mean.
There's a party tent and a Volbella
Well,
tent.
okay, but one is going to be... One option is 20 gold, and the other option is
The other option is
14
14, so we can save 6 if we do the other option. It's just I'm concerned about having space for us and both. I feel like getting 2 of the bigger tents might be better, just so that we have somewhere to store our stuff. And also, if there's like a sandstorm, if we need to put pancake in somewhere,
Hmm.
just a pancake in with Barbella.
I think
Oh
we
my god.
with smaller spaces because mostly we just have to sleep in them.
That's true. But I don't know. I'm concerned about our storage.
I mean, worst comes to worst, you just pile stuff on top of Volbella.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get the
Yeah, I think we'll be.
we'll get the large tent and the 2-person tent.
All right. So that'll be 14 gold then. And then this is the clothes you're taking with you here. Just kind of points to the counter where you piled some of it.
Yep.
All of you guys.
Everybody pile all their shit on the counter, and I'll pay for it.
All of you guys got clothes. There'd be some
Yeah.
stuff probably big enough to fit you, Valbella.
Yeah, we just need another.
They have
Yeah.
all sorts of different types of people in this town, so there would be a lot
I
of
just
different
wear a
types of
tarp.
Oh my god, no! That's Noraka's thing. She wears the circus tarp.
Yeah, you can't bite
You
her
can't
thing.
take that. That's her thing. That's her signature tarp move. No, I'm just kidding. You can wear a tarp.
They have Loxodon in this town, so there'd be definitely stuff to fit you. Alright, so if all of you are buying clothing and then food, I'm presuming you don't want to do any calculations. You want me to just say that you bought enough for
Please.
the time period.
Please.
He said it would take approximately 2 weeks, so I'll just rattle that out for you. All right. So that'll be 10 for the barrels, 14 for the tents, another 10 for the clothing, and then 12 for the food.
Alright, Jay, do the math.
You
How
guys
much
have,
am I paying into?
you have 34 gold left in your Leandro pile.
Okay, so I don't know how to subtract from. What's 80 minus? Okay, hold on. Okay, so I have to subtract 46. Oh, what? I just added 46. Whoops.
Well, now do it twice.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so I'll pay her for all of that.
All right. Thank you kindly. Anything else you wanted?
I think that's it.
All right, and
Valbella?
then a couple copper for the octopus on a stick.
Yeah.
It should be 3 copper.
Fun fact, I actually have 3. No, I have 3 silver. Well, you know what? We're 3 silver for it. Here you go.
All right, thank you.
You can take my 3 silver. It's okay.
If that's all you're here to buy, then I wish you good luck on your journey. The barrels are just over there. I left them just to the side.
All right, Valbella, get those barrels.
Pack
Gotta use-
mule.
Yep.
Pack mule
Hold
hour.
on, pack meal. Get those big beefies.
If
Those
Tasha doesn't see me carrying these barrels, it's not worth it.
donkey arms in.
Alright, I'm barrel carrying, I guess.
Yes, you are.
All right.
Carol
And,
burying, if you will.
leaving the shop then?
Yes, sir.
Single file line, ducklings.
No.
I knock someone over with the barrels.
There's nobody else in the shop.
All right. You make your way back out into the bazaar through the bustling crowds. Where are you headed now?
I think we should drop our stuff off at the consulate and
Can you give me like a minute? I'm so sorry to do this again.
Everybody
Okay.
else, what do you want to do?
I think we should drop our stuff off at the where we live currently, and then we can come back to do the magic, funny stuff. Yeah,
Very well. We can
once we
just
get more money now.
we can just fast forward that, as I'm not just gonna make you walk back there and then walk back. Unless there's someone in particular you wanted to talk to there, then we can just fast forward that.
Breaks into Malamon's house. Hey, breaks into the ranger station. How's it going?
If you're just exclusively going there to leave your stuff in your rooms and then head back to the bazaar, then you wind your way back to the city streets up to Pyre Square, where the ever-blazing pyre is still lit, and quickly stash your stuff away in the embassy before hurrying your way past Consular Turkey to wind your way back through the city streets to the Golden Bazaar. And now with a lighter load, having stashed the tents, clothing, food, and barrels, you make your way back to Dahander Wheelos's magic shop. Wheelos's Wild Bears.
Back to the crazy store.
I will move them both with you. Making your way back into the shop, the man behind the counter greets you once more and says, welcome. You're back. Here to pick up anything else, or were you here for the items I'm holding for you?
We're for the item. We're here for the items.
Indeed.
All right, just a moment. He begins to kind of rifle around below the counter.
How much was that total? Because we have extra because of what's his nuts?
all these
Gave us.
items that need to go to the
The
back.
under.
Go away. Go away. Go away. And
Beep, beep,
go
I'm
away,
back.
and go away.
Welcome
There we
back.
go.
You have
No,
like
we'll do less.
180 now, I think.
Yeah, which should be enough to cover what we've got, and then have some extra left over.
All right. So here is the box with the murmurings and the sweatless headbands, and then the spell scroll. Were you taking all of this with you?
I would imagine so.
Who is taking money from where?
I think we all just can like pile it
We'll
together.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right. The 2 sweatless wristbands is 20 gold. And then what did we agree? 32 for the murmurings. And then you're taking the Shocking Grasp spell scroll, yes?
Indeed.
Alright, then your total will be 102 gold.
Alright, I have...
That too.
Alright,
That
let's...
too is from an unwarranted and unbargained 32.
Okay, alright. Let's just get all our money together.
We can go back to the 50 if you want.
Nope, the 32 is fine. Thank you. Anyway.
It wasn't even ever 50, it was 40.
It was 40, yeah. It's gaslighting us.
Hey, for gaslighting us, you should give us another goddamn discount. Poor business practice.
Hey, let's not poke the bear.
I'm poking it. I'm
Alright, so
growling at
let's
it.
pool our
Not
money.
a terrible idea.
I'm willing to put in the rest of Leandra's money.
I could put
Which is-
in-
Wait, hold on.
It's not really even
I'm
you chipping
putting
in
in-
then, is it?
Yeah, I'm putting in 34 gold. I'm not chipping. None of this stuff is for me.
I thought you were
Oh, shit.
getting
It
one
wasn't my idea.
Oh,
I wonder
So-
who wanted the spell scroll. I wonder. Wonder who wanted that.
Yeah, I feel like
Okay.
Luna should chip in the most.
but
Fine,
yeah, I
40,
can-
I'll put 40 in. There.
Good girl.
How much are we at?
Somebody pull out a calculator.
I hope Jay is doing all of this for us.
Well, you can just... How much do you have total versus how much does it cost, and then split your gold after. You don't have to
Okay,
worry.
That's what
if you
I was
miss
gonna-
it.
It's
yeah.
102. How much do we have total?
I have 20.
About 180
This is-
total, I think.
180 minus 22. Okay, so 78 gold left over. So we'll split the 78 by 4. Hold on. We have 19 and a half.
Yeah, so it would be night. Hold on. It would be we'd have to gather. So one of us is going to get a little less than another, I
I
think.
bet I can get less because I put in only 20.
Okay, so
I mean, I asked for the
We-
scroll. I'll take
Okay, let's
that.
literally
That
all
wasn't
just we
bad.
could literally all just pool our money and each have 19 and and like 2 silver or something. I don't know how much silver.
yeah,
goes
what
in
is a half of gold?
Let's not bother with the conversion rates. They're too annoying to try to do.
Okay.
Okay, let's just
So we'll
pretend
just
it's
do
all
19.
20. We can just
Let's just all
pretend.
go
Nope,
to
I think
19.
that
Why-
you round up
Why
with
I
a 5.
basically
So we'll say 20.
do everything in gold because I am too lazy to bother with the other currency amounts.
That's so
Alright, well,
fair.
let's pretend that it's 20 because it's 0.5, so you round up. Everybody gets 20 back. I'm getting more money.
All right. Is that all then? Just these items.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Do you want me to bundle them up for you, or are you just taking them as is?
Let's bundle them. I don't think we
I-
need them immediately.
Why don't you just buy it?
I am taking the scroll.
Okay,
Alright.
yeah, you can take the scroll, but
It is
bundle up everything else.
All right. Box of the murmurings and the sweatless headbands. Here you are. He hands to you, Sutsilia, you're closest.
Yeah.
The sweatless headbands make me think of sweatbands.
They
We
look like the
fuck-
80s sweatbands.
Yes!
That's
Yes!
what I
That's
like,
exactly
neon.
what I'm thinking
That's
of.
Time.
Yeah, that is the joke.
Good. I'm
Um,
so glad.
all right, then. Is that all for today?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Then, if there's anything else you decide to purchase, feel free to come on back. Other than that, it was good to do business with you today.
A pleasure.
Alright. Let's
Scavenge accents in there.
bounce.
Be bouncing or whatever.
I will be right back. Just drag my token along the rest.
I think I'm dragging everybody now.
Double file.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm still carrying the barrels. I forgot about that.
Yeah, of course. No, they you didn't put them back when you ran.
Oh.
They put them
okay.
in the embassy, so all your stuff is stocked there. You're good to go. You don't have to drag them around if you don't want to, unless you wanted to bring him with you
I
and just
mean,
carry them
Yeah,
around
just show
pointlessly just
off.
to show off.
I just to show. I mean, I didn't say it. You all did. Oh God, I think we have to visit Tasha. Oh no. Oh jeez.
Oh boy. Okay, let's go.
What are we doing now? We got all of our supplies.
I haven't the
Um,
foggiest.
Should we like tell Elizabeth and Tasha that we're about ready to go?
we
Well,
could probably leave tomorrow.
I mean, yeah, I don't think we're going now. I don't think Leandro said he was done resting.
No, yeah, that's true.
It's up to you guys when you want to leave.
Let's go tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we should leave tomorrow. We have all our stuff.
All right. Now, if you don't want to RP walking around and telling everybody when you're leaving, if you don't think that's particularly interesting, we can just.
No,
skip
we
that.
can skip that.
Okay.
And here I was thinking Valbella would be so eager to look at Tasha's token again.
She's in level 3
Yeah.
net now.
All right. Then, with your new magic items in tow, you spend sort of the rest of the day walking about town and letting Tasha down in the clinic know that you're planning on leaving tomorrow. Is there a specific time you want to leave, in the morning or what?
I think we should leave early to try to minimize travel time.
Anybody have any objections to that?
No?
No.
All right. Then you let Tasha know down in the clinic that you're planning on leaving tomorrow morning. And she says that she'll have her things packed and ready to go. And she'll meet you guys near the north gate to the city in the morning. And then, presuming on your way back from Southwall, stop through Pillory Plaza to let Leandro know that you've gathered your things and are ready to
Yeah.
go.
We have to like drag Soot out of there.
And he agrees that he'll be ready to leave tomorrow. He's just sort of finishing up, stacking all of his things ready to go. And he also agrees that he will meet you by the north gate once he goes and gets Pancake.
Cake.
And after speaking with Leandro and dragging Cecilia away, you make your way back to
This is cyber.
Pyre Square,
Mhm.
where the embassy is located.
Sorry, Taruki, you haven't seen The Last of Us.
We will be back.
He cries.
So you make your way into the embassy as you've passed through most of the afternoon now. It's approaching evening and dusk. Anything anybody wants to do, or are we all just going to stand in the doorway?
What, guys?
Oh yeah, I
Nope.
forgot. I move
I
everybody
have
now.
returned.
I'm playing this game by myself.
Oh, I'm back. So you're not playing by yourself anymore.
All right.
Hey,
Surprise,
no, I
surprise.
was moving most of the time.
No, Jessa did.
Look how much you're moving right now.
Because Eli tells her everything. Eli tells her everything. What?
Well,
I
Bella, you're
told Mom-
unmuted. We can hear you so
Bella,
clearly.
Really?
I can do
Yes.
the mute for you if you want.
Yeah.
Please?
Hmm?
No.
All right, there's the mute.
Okay.
So you make your way back into your rooms, and you've stacked some of your stuff ready to go in the individual embassy rooms, and you can do what you wish with the rest of your evening before you wake up nice and early to set out.
I'm gonna go to bed early because that means that if I sleep
Wow.
quickly, I can see him faster.
Oh my.
Nerd. You know what? Lunette's gonna sit down and copy down Shocking Grasp.
Are you good to go, Bubba? Should I unmute you? Okay, I unmuted you, Bubba. It's all good. All right, Lunette, you spend the evening copying over the spell scroll of Shocking Grasp into your own little spell book. Is there anything anybody else wants to do? Elizabeth, of course, as you walk in, will ask you guys, did you get any of the supplies? Are you ready to
What if we
set
told
out?
her we got none of the supplies and we were just gonna leave?
We actually did not get a single damn thing.
She would
That is-
reconsider
that is
going
not
with you.
answering.
We would start crying.
Just violently sobbing.
Have
She's like,
you
"Oh, I made a horrible decision."
picked a date for the departure?
Tomorrow.
You were leaving.
All right.
Oh wait, no, I'm in bed. Snore, snore.
In the morning then. Or afternoon? Evening? You're not planning on setting out in the evening, are you?
I think we were
Lunette-
planning
Lunette-
on
We
going.
were leaving from the other room. You go, "We're leaving in the morning."
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I suppose then I'll just accompany you to the North Gate when you're ready to go.
You can do anything you want.
All right. Well, I suppose we ought to get quite a bit of sleep before traveling through the desert tomorrow. Good night, you all.
Good
night.
night.
I don't know if you said this was after Lunette's thing, but I just like to imagine she's just not paying attention because of the spell. She's just refusing to participate
Why?
because she's copying her spell.
Oh,
Can you move my guy to the room?
that Lunette, you are in
You've not been
front
able to
of
move
my
this
bed.
entire time.
Oh yeah, right.
Ezekiel, if you've been not been able to move this entire
Yes, that's yeah.
I think
Yeah,
we.
I've been doing most of the
this-
moving.
Did you never charge your
I didn't want to leave the campaign, so I also just never went to get it.
just leave it. Just
It's,
you don't
it-
have to.
But in order to
It's-
It
put
doesn't.
down-
Okay, this doesn't matter now. But
it's all right for a session like this, but if
Yeah.
we had had combat this session, it would have been a little bit
Yeah.
more difficult. But for a session like this, where we're just sort of doing a bit of bookkeeping and RP, then it's fine. But if there's anything anyone in particular wants to do before they fall asleep, you may do so. Otherwise, long rest.
Long rest time, baby.
Now
I
I'm gonna use this moment to make my rolls and stuff.
Okay.
Also,
what?
I think you need to add Shocking Grasp for me because it's not working on D&D Beyond.
Might have to, yes. So also Ezekiel, if you want to take now to
Yeah.
do any of your level up stuff, if you have any questions, you can ask me or talk to your party about it. Don't feel like you have to do it all by yourself.
Okay.
But do that while I'm making my rolls, because that'll shorten the time. For chat's reference, I'm making rolls for travel stuff so that we can have a bit of a random chance going on here. See what kind of things occur during the 2-week journey north. It's much better to do them all at the beginning and then not have to stop in between to go roll for every single day that you travel. So we'll do them all now. All right. So you found where the level up thing is and everything, right? Hello?
No, I leveled up,
It's
but
under your setting.
I leveled it up, but I don't see like where to choose like spells and stuff.
So spells will be once you go back to the character sheet. Here, actually, let me pull it up too, just so I have a point of reference to look at, so I can better describe to you what you're looking for. So in the little level up thing where you go into your manage levels option on your character
Yes.
sheet there, that's where you level up. So you've already changed yourself over to level 3, and then
Yeah.
essentially it'll show there in that list once you change it over anything that it adds, but it doesn't particularly add much for cleric on the 3rd level. So you don't really see anything that specifically says 3rd level there. And then when you go back to your character sheet, you'll notice that some things have changed. You should have different health values and stuff.
Yeah.
And then if you go over to your spells, along that kind of tab in that big box to the right, along your spells list, you manage your spells. On the right, there's an option for manage spells.
Oh,
And-
okay.
And then it'll bring up the list. You want to look at what your known spells are. It shows at the top there that you have 3 cantrips and your prepared spells. Right now you have 5 out of 6, which means you get to pick another one. So you can just kind of take a peek through that spell list if you want as to what you can learn. You can ask us if you want more opinion on it. You can talk to your party too, because it's good to kind of consider what others can't do. Don't pick like duplicate spells really with casters, because might not be as useful.
Unless they're on a scroll.
Wait, okay, so
Yeah.
just because this has been like a thing in the campaign, do you guys think I should do protection from poison? Probably.
It's not bad.
Okay.
It's not.
It's not a
You
bad
know,
idea.
you could.
Yeah.
You could. You could. You
Oh,
totally
well,
could.
I'm sorry. Where was your input, huh?
I was busy getting candy, so leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm honestly not sure if D&D Beyond lets me override the amount of known cantrips you can have.
Candy Beyond said no.
And
Die.
I don't particularly want to do a deep dive into that right now. I'll do it probably in between now and next session, since we really only have just over half an hour left.
All right.
I'll focus on the rolls right now so that we can get that done. All right, here we go. All right.
That is
Mm.
weird though, because like right now I can just click learn on any spell I want, regardless of that number. But
Really?
cantrips is the limit for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why it's like that, but it is the way it is.
Yeah.
I'll just take a look at it later so I can figure it out.
Yeah, it's fine.
Next up. Alright, that's a fun day. And then keep going. Alright. Fun. And that one. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. That's now an interesting day.
I feel like. Never mind.
What?
Well, I was just. Oh, nothing. I was just. Never mind.
Okay. That's that sorted. Move on to the next thing. Okay. Apologies. You guys can talk amongst yourselves. I just can't talk well.
All right,
'cause
talking time.
I can't think and talk at the same time.
All right, gang. Who's excited for 2 weeks of the Susuya and Leandro show? I'm so sorry. I will. It will not be like that. I promise.
No, it'll be the Valbella and Lunette show instead.
You said it, not me.
Jay, it's the campaign.
I really ought to commission a new suffering emote.
But it's just you.
It's
just
just Charlemagne.
Yeah, it's so pretty when it's
Charlemagne suffer.
Oh man.
Charlemagne angry.
Alright.
Listen, Lunette said it this time, not me.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Nope, definitely not.
Uh-huh, sure. You're thinking about it just as much as I am.
I'm eating
Could
a
be-
Snickers right now, by the way.
We could either be the perfect example of what to do for a PC romance or the perfect example of what not to do. There is no in
Oh
between.
no.
And Jay's like, oh my god, I think I might just actually delete this. This is what we meant by when we were saying a cursed campaign.
Okay. Make some running.
If it were to happen, I would make sure that there was build up to it.
I think it would be kind of funny if there wasn't.
No, you're right. You're right.
And
you
you're like,
should say
alright,
it.
the characters are dating now. Have fun.
Around and you guys are just like making out in the corner. We're like, huh?
Alright.
You're like, wait,
Where'd
what?
the
What is
two?
happening?
Where'd they go?
Where am I?
Last week you were just berating each other.
Enemies to lovers pipeline.
Yeah, wait, has anyone seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Bits and pieces of it.
Okay. Okay. I know that's probably not enough, so never mind.
I haven't. Shut up, troll fan.
Alright.
No.
So that is all my roles completed. You guys you bought 2 weeks of everything. So you got 14 days of water, 14 days of food. Might want to write that number down.
Lunette.
What?
Oh yeah.
I do have
Go.
it written down as well. So if you forget, I can always remind you. But you have
Come
14
on.
days of both food and 14 days of water.
You're our little information mule.
Oh, yeah.
I'm writing it down. Hold on.
If you want to motivate people to write stuff down, you should probably use nicer language than mule.
I'm the pack mule.
I wrote it down. Jeez.
No, I'm writing it down.
All right, guys. We have to hurry up and go to sleep and wake up and then run to the north gate so that I can see my man.
I think
gotta
I'm not sleep and
There
roll
are two.
right just so you can't do that.
You know what? We're racing Leandro.
No.
We're traveling with a girl now.
No. Well, I mean, she'd still be out though. Like, damn it. I can't date her.
All right. So that is all of my stuff done. Organized for the journey. Perfect. Alrighty. So everybody, I don't think you really needed a long rest, but you can do it if you... I don't think you even expended anything, so I think you're all good.
Yeah.
I expended my love for Leandro. It never depletes, but I expended some of it.
Alrighty. Then, at the early light of dawn, you wake up, ready to begin your journey.
As soon as like vague light shows up, he's on his move. He's on the move.
He's on the move. He's on the groove.
Luna
Yep.
and Valbella, as the two of you wake up, Elizabeth is already packed and ready to go, all dressed and just sort of sitting there waiting for you guys.
This is
Oh.
literally the archaeologist relic hunter, like, solidarity. For different reasons, but also he would totally do this if...
Well, you're certainly ready to go.
Sorry, just excited, I suppose.
Oh, I love the enthusiasm.
Yes, there's all sorts of things up in the desert to the north. I've heard all manner of rumors, so it's all a little bit exciting, if not a tad intimidating as well.
Well, that's
Oh,
not
Bella is like dragging her feet, tired.
Come on,
After
up
you.
and at them.
Oh, we could not have slept a little longer.
Come on, we have shit to do.
Oh.
Hurry the fuck up. Let's go.
My gate is so much
Well, come
longer than everyone else's.
He's like clapping. He's like, alright, come on. We gotta go.
I could walk circles around all of you in like the
Sprint, sprint,
blink of
sprint.
an eye.
just
Nope,
slaps
we gotta go. We gotta go.
Zikim, did you manage to get the level up stuff sorted, or not quite?
Yeah, I have just been thinking very hard about which one I want, but I
Alright, yeah, it's a single spell, so if you don't
Yeah,
decide by the end of the session, it's really not the end of the world.
I
You
have
can you
narrowed
can take the
like-
gap in between now and next session if you really want to.
Nobody cares about that. We gotta go see the hot merchant guy. Let's go.
God.
Alright, then you make your way out into Pyre Square in the early morning light.
Okay, it's like we gotta go up for the north gates, right?
You mean north?
I said north gate. That's what I said.
No, I mean you mean
No,
go
no, no.
north to get to the north
Yeah.
gate.
You're like,
Okay, well,
Like up as in like fly, or like I'm just teasing
I
you.
meant up on the map.
I know. I'm laughing because I always make up north. In the maps as well, so I just thought it was funny.
Jay, I make maps now too. Nothing phases.
Of
So is
course, of
Tasha
course.
meeting us at the gate, Valbella?
What?
Is Tasha meeting us at the gate?
Yes, I will answer it for her. Yes.
Wait,
you passed
I'm
out.
sprinting. Hurry up. You are
Valbella
going the
has to
wrong way,
run.
Valbella.
Valbella has to run to tell her girlfriend to come.
You already did.
You already did that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It was
Yes.
implied. It was
We
implied,
ran
it was
around and
implied.
told everybody.
Got it.
yesterday.
Yeah.
So she said she
Uh,
would meet you. Yeah. At the gate
Yeah,
in the morning.
she will be.
and you had to
She will
run,
be at the gate.
and you had to run 2 blocks to say that. No, I'm kidding.
Don't question what I do, and I
All
won't
right,
question
tired
what
people,
you
hurry
do.
up. We have a hot merchant to see. Let's get going.
You really are tired.
Please
Just go
stop
ahead.
with.
You're literally bringing your girlfriend with you. Shut up.
We're not girlfriends. It's not even like a thing.
Yeah, like Lynette said, which one? Both of them. You get 2 hot women to come with you.
What?
Leave
I
me
don't
alone.
know what you mean. I didn't say anything.
Who am I? Who is what?
Are you
I don't-
stupid?
Yeah, I must be because who is this other one that you're talking about?
Lynette? Duh.
Who?
Damn.
Yeah,
Why
you guys
does
are dating now.
Lunette
It's canon.
fall under that category?
Are you saying Lunette's not hot?
Yeah.
I don't see her in that way.
You think Lunette's not hot? You're lying. I'm gay and I think Lunette's hot. So leave
Can
me
we
alone.
not jump up my fucking chainmail about who I think is hot and who isn't?
I don't know. You fought to bring your little girlfriend with you so bad. Maybe I will jump up your chainmail about it.
I don't think that you should. Listen.
All
Are
right.
you sure you're gay? Jumping up chainmail sounds very suggestive.
It's
You
something.
make
Yeah,
your
take that back.
way to the north side of town, passing by the steps to Ascension and the rather doodled-on guards in front, to eventually veering off towards the north gate.
Damn, ain't even meet the Sultana yet.
It's not something that just happens.
Pancake! Oh, Valbella's immediately going to run over and offer an apple to Pancake.
Pancake.
So, out front of the north, or yeah, just right before the exit, of course, of the north gate, you can see Leandro waiting with a rather large camel that has all manner of packs and supplies towered up on its back, with just barely enough room to ride right at the front of all of the supplies. Also waiting by the gate is Tasha, of course, who has a large backpack slung over her back as well.
You know I can carry that for you, right?
I should be all right. Thank you for the offer, though. Looks like you're already carrying quite a bit yourself.
Am I holding the barrels?
Yeah, I imagine you would be.
God damn it.
Cecilia has everything else, and he's like,
Am I gonna be carrying the barrels the whole time?
No, they go on the camel.
Okay.
Everything goes
No.
on Pancake.
No.
Which is what I'm doing, is depositing stuff on Pancake.
Well,
Alright. So, this is our caravan then. Very
I
good.
suppose.
You can store anything you think you can fit on Pancake here. The barrels should be able to be lashed to either side, one on each, just
It's
to
not
help
going
him
to hurt Pancake.
balance the weight. No, Pancake is quite strong.
Okay, I will be right back, Tasha.
Alright.
I'm gonna hand out the like desert garb to everybody.
Can I speak to Pancake? Wait, hold on.
My God.
This is horrible, actually. I changed my mind.
Can I speak to Pancake? I need to know. I can. I can speak to Pancake. This is so cool. Okay, sorry. I got excited. I got ADHD excited.
You might want to save the slot though.
I know.
Yeah, you really should.
You have the spell slot to straight up speak with him, but you do also have speech of beast and leaf, as a furball.
Where? I don't see that on
Very. It's not in your actions.
Features
It'll be in
and
your
traits.
features and traits. At the very,
Features
very
and traits.
now that won't let him talk back, but you can just sort of say things to him, and he'll have a vague understanding. It's basically
Okay,
just
cool.
it's sort of a passive, if you imagine it like that.
Got it.
Animals have a tendency to sort of understand what you want them to do, but they're
Mhm.
not just having a conversation with you.
Got it. Okay, so as Valbella goes to like strap on the barrels, she's gonna like pet Pancake's neck and go, "If this gets too heavy for you, you just let me know, okay, Pancake?"
Pancake steps on your foot, crushes it.
The rather large camel just sort of sways its head around as
You are
you
too
speak
good
to
for
it.
this world.
Oh,
you are
so
too good.
yes. Pancake aside, magical items. Who wanted what? Because I'll pass them out.
I
Is
will.
he? Oh, I wanted to ask the merchant about the scarf.
Oh, did we not?
No.
No,
It's
no,
a different thing.
It was an unrelated
Tasha's.
thing.
Yeah, it's unrelated.
thing.
Yeah, it is entirely unrelated, and we're not going back there.
I'm not planning to. Jeez.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
All right.
Alright.
So I'll add the magical items to your inventories in between now and the next session.
I'll give.
Okey-dokey.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna jot down who's wearing what.
Yeah, so
'Cause-
Ezzy and I are getting the headscarves.
Okay, give them the
for
headscarves, and then
Lunette and Soots are
Lunette and
getting
I
the
get the rings.
rings.
as soon as Lunette and I both have the rings, on, I'm like, "Hi, Lunette, how's it going?"
Hey Lunette, do you think the merchant is
Lunette.
sexy?
You think the merchant is hot? I don't
Her
care if you do, because
her
he's for me.
response is a mental groan.
Lunette, I will add. Simply slipping the ring off can silence all of that.
He's just constantly like, "Hey, Lunette. Do you think I should talk to Lunette?"
Yeah, that's right. I was about to say, is there a mute button? But that's
The-
called taking it off.
The walkie-talkie does in fact have a button to turn it off. It is called
But
taking the
as-
ring off and putting it in your
As
pocket.
soon as she puts the ring on again, for any reason, he's like, Lunette. Should I talk to Lunette?
Damn, this what Yushyla has to go through?
Mhm.
I have not talked to her recently. It's fine. Does she have anything to say about any of this, Jay?
Suits, you shouldn't bother your friends. It's one thing to do it to me, but others might not be as perfectly patient as I am.
Oh, well,
Say something.
you might be patient, but isn't it nice that you don't have to listen to all of it anymore?
You make it lonely in there.
Did you say something, Suits?
No.
Luna,
Nothing that you need to worry about.
you just sort of hear odd, vague whispers, just sort of like at the edges of your mind when Yushyla is speaking. You don't sort of make out any words, you just sort of can understand that something's occurring.
Just like, oh, I think this thing's a little broken. Huh.
Yeah,
And
Weird.
similarly, Sutsulia, if you don't want to direct those thoughts that you're giving to Yushyla at Lunette, you don't have to. You just have to specifically sort of think them to Lunette to
Yeah.
have them occur. They're not just Lunette's not just listening into anything you do in your brain.
She would go insane, actually.
I would. It's
She
true.
would go nuts.
She would cast Shatter on you immediately.
I just wanted to specify that Sutsulia, you are
Okay.
capable of keeping thought secrets from Lunette and vice
Got
versa.
it.
You are
Lunette.
capable of keeping your thoughts to yourself.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna.
If you want to have private conversations with Yushyla, you're still capable.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna.
You don't need to go into your lamp to do so.
I'm gonna ask Leandro how he's feeling because of his wounds.
I do not care.
I
Still
care.
a little
Leave me
bit
alone.
rough in my ribs, but otherwise they seem to be healing up all right. You can see that some of the swelling on his face has gone down, and he's got sort of scabs now where he had a split lip, and certainly not actively
Sounds-
bleeding.
Well, we've got a cleric if you ever.
We do?
You are literally the cleric. It's you.
What are you talking about?
It was a goof.
Don't we have two?
Well, I suppose that is good to know. Actually, I would like to know a bit more about your skill sets before we set off. I think we should know about each other and sort of what our jobs are.
Tell him my entire life story. I'm just kidding.
Your impromptu therapy.
Yeah. Do you guys want to describe, or do you want me to describe everything? Cecilia's interpretation of everybody else in the party. Go.
I think that would be
You know what? Sure.
something.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, give him a rundown.
Yeah, I'll give him a basic rundown. Okay, so I do major damage spell casting. I fight things essentially. We have a cleric. He's a little bit. He's a little odd. You know, he's interesting.
I see. A holy man.
Yes.
Well,
And then we have
If you know
the
healing
Fearbog,
magic,
who-
that could come in
Oh,
handy.
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
yeah. Well, also our Fearbog knows healing magic as well.
I do.
So we have two people who know healing magic, and
Alright.
then Lunette
Very well.
is she is a scholarly woman, so she knows magic and whatnot, but she also knows a lot about various things. I actually don't know what she knows a lot about, but yeah, she knows a lot about things.
You know
things. Stuff and
things.
things. Elizabeth and I are both. I wouldn't consider myself an archaeologist. I'm a relic hunter, but she's an archaeologist. She's the one with the torch, and she's just holding
She
a torch.
does not have a torch.
No, she does.
Yes, I'm Elizabeth Upton. I'm well versed in history and archaeology, and I know a thing or two about relics and old things in general. If you find anything odd or ancient in the desert, you can show me. I might be able to tell you more about it.
Interested in seeing what Sith has to say about Tasha, a woman who he's barely met before.
Well, yeah. The nice lady standing next to Bella is. She's also kind of. I don't know her that well, but
She is
she
good
works.
with potions.
that,
She knows how to make potions.
She works in the clinic in
Yes, I
the
am
slums.
Tasha. I know a thing or two about herbal remedies, potions, medicines, and
Oh no, she's an essential oiler!
plants.
Oh God.
Plants in general. So if you want any sort of advice in that department, I suppose I can assist.
All right, Jay. Carry a conversation with yourself. What does he have to say about all this?
All right. Well, seems that we have quite a varied skill set here. I think we should be all right.
Half the
And,
party is.
From what
Yeah.
I've
Well,
seen,
what do you do, sir?
from what I've seen, you are able to hold yourselves in a fight as well, which may indeed come in handy. As for me, I am, I'm a merchant. I am Leandro Alhana. He sort of introduces himself to the other two he hasn't met.
Flirting with you.
What do you sell?
I am
What are you
a,
merchant?
I'm a perfume merchant.
Oh my God.
It's very French of you.
And very Lyrethian of you. And I will be able to steer Pancake, and should we need to make a hasty escape, I suppose I will be able to wrangle the camo. So, if you don't mind, you can leave me in charge of bringing Pancake along. That way, none of you have to worry about moving her along or him along while you're busy with your bodyguard duties, I suppose.
We'll be the best damn bodyguards you've ever had.
Stop trying.
Well, I,
You're
Great.
trying too hard.
I certainly hope so. The Imhara can be a dangerous place. I am lucky to have not seen some of the horrors I've heard described. But I've certainly seen my fair share of dangers. Now then, is there anything else we need before we leave?
No, sir.
All right, very well then. Shall we set off? Everybody have your desert robes ready. You're going to need them.
Yes, we have donned our desert outfits.
Bella strips in the middle of the desert.
Okay. Didn't need to see that.
All right, costume change. Now you're all forced to make new art. Sorry, that's the rule.
I mean,
I'm just kidding, I'm
Shorn,
just
you're
kidding.
about to get paid, so
I might just edit some stuff onto my character.
It's just like a bad Photoshop of like a trucker hat.
I drew that with a cloak
It's the-
already. Just scrub the fur off.
It's the hat that says "Women want
Shorn,
me,
are you
fish
in the
near me"
chat
on
right
it.
now?
Yeah, I got one of those. I don't think she is.
Shorn.
She's not there. She's
Damn.
busy. She's
Damn.
busy with real world things.
She's busy with actual shit, like college.
Hey,
Alright.
we're paying her tuition.
Sure.
All right then. Very well. Shall we set out?
We.
Let's go. We. I love French people. I love perfume. Oh my god. Crazy. Crazy how that.
Oh, pancake,
we
my
have
beloved.
a medieval France. It's called La Repia.
I love
Yeah.
Sanrathia. Actually, I think Cecilia's been there. Fun fact.
Probably.
But he's been everywhere.
Pancake, my beloved.
Just kidding. He's been there everywhere. Actually.
Come on.
I
Come
have
on,
decided to walk at the
girly.
front.
Egg.
Egg.
Actually, you're right. I should
That's
not be
that's the guard I placed
Egg.
that blame on. By the way.
Egg.
Everybody
Egg.
say goodbye to
Egg.
Egg.
Bye,
Egg.
egg.
How is Egg not been arrested after what Sits did?
Well, it
actually
was the
remember
cult.
what
Why would the cult arrest her?
Oh, I didn't remember who you.
You
framed
murdered all
him
of
at.
those people. That's why there was
Yeah,
no
all those people are
repercussions.
dead now.
There's a
Yeah, I
lesson
didn't
there.
remember who you framed him at. Just that it happened.
Anyway, I want to walk at the front, right next to.
Half of the party is Jay.
Yep.
I think that's funny.
That is actually really funny. Because Jay also plays Pancake.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yes.
Let's find a marching order for your caravan, and then I'll copy it so that I can just paste it everywhere.
I gotta be in the front. Next
What
to
do you
Leandro.
mean marching order?
Just
Well,
sort
like how we're
of
gonna
where you would
walk
stand when
across.
you walk through a massive 2-week
Oh.
trip through the desert.
Hanky will be at the front.
Yeah, it's probably safe to have Valbella and so it's at the front just for.
Alright.
Yeah, and then Ezzy and Lunette at the back.
Leandro
Yeah.
will just sort of lead the camel. He's walking. There is actually room, he said, to sit up on
Oh my god, what if I
Pancake's
sat on
back, though really only room for one.
No.
the... No, I'm
And
kidding.
Valbella will most likely not fit.
I will.
Oh my
So
god,
that's
what
code
if
for
I...
Valbella will definitely not fit.
What if I sat on the camel with it? No, I'm just...
I'm already here.
Okay.
Oh my god. Lunette. No, I'm not even going to say it. Never mind.
I did
We
it
keep
slowly.
walking.
Anyone had a chance to? Anyone had a chance to object?
Alright.
Of
Cecilia's
course you
like
would take
sobbing.
Tasha and
like,
Elizabeth will
quietly.
just sort of walk along behind the camel.
Ezekiel, you should probably be in the back.
If anything happens to
Or-
Tasha, I
or,
think
like,
that I will
You should
kill
probably be
someone.
in between the two of them. For
Yeah.
protection.
Since you're the war cleric
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah, and whatnot.
Alright, tank up front, off tank out back, and spellcasters in the middle. Makes sense?
Yep.
Alright.
We're
I
smart.
will-
We play RPGs like this all the time.
RPG.
Alright, let's copy the whole gang.
Yay. I play RPG.
Alright. So, as you make your way through the massive north gates beyond the walls of the city, for the first time, you find an endless stretch of desert out in front of you that goes on for as far as the eye can see. As soon as you're beyond the walls, you feel a wind sort of hit your face, blowing sand up all around you. Hence the need for the scarves and head wraps to try and keep that away from you. And with one small look back towards the massive city, you venture off into the Imhara Desert.
This is so epic.
Alright, so you left in the morning. Let me actually, here we go.
Oh my god, desert map. Blurry.
Alright, so leaving the city, you have quite a long trek before you can make it to Kasana. And so you left in the morning, so this is your first day of traveling.
Yay, travel. Who doesn't like travel?
Now then. The weather today, seems you've picked a good day to set out. as the winds aren't particularly strong, and the sun is not at the peak heat that it can sometimes reach in this desert. So you make your first day of travel through mostly clear weather. The desert that's sort of close by Al-Zahar is mostly empty. You can't see really anything in any direction other than to the south, where you can see the walls that grow ever smaller as you walk. You find mostly just sand dunes, massive waves in the very, very empty desert. The occasional rock and cluster of dried up shrubs. And your first day of travel is peaceful, for the most part, other than getting used to the winds of the desert and the sand constantly blowing in your eyes. But otherwise, the weather is relatively fair. It's not too hot, not too cold, not no sandstorms. And you don't actually come across anything in your first day.
Thank God.
This is like the Oregon Trail.
Oh my God.
Oh my god, are we all
Basically,
gonna
yeah.
get like
That's why I do the random rolls.
illnesses?
We're going to get dysentery.
Oh god damn it.
Yeah, day 3, you all get dysentery.
The end.
Day 4, you're all dead.
Kind of fun.
Kind of fun and funky.
The wagon you don't have loses a wheel. Now you have to drag it through the desert.
Pancakes
Pancake
knee gives
loses the-
out.
Pancakes
Pancake
leg
loses
falls
a
off.
leg. It just cleanly just pops off.
Now you have to drag the camel through the desert too.
That'd be good.
I
Nothing.
would carry the whole weight of Pancake on my shoulders.
You would probably not. You would die. Rest in peace.
I don't know. I can carry a lot.
Lost a member.
I feel
Also,
like
Lunette, I see you ignoring the message I put in the chat.
What? Oh,
No, it's
my
funny.
God.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I
she's
think so.
taken off the rain for a few hours.
That's what's so deserved. Like, that is fully valid of you.
Alrighty. Oops. Keep clicking on the wrong thing. My brain must be tired.
Jay. Clicking on the wrong thing.
It's alright, it's alright.
Yes.
No, it didn't happen. You didn't say anything, Chad.
Oh, wait, no.
No, it wasn't spoilers. I just went back to the talking screen. And when I was trying to go back to the playing screen. Alright. So, your first day's journey through the Amhara is peaceful. And as you travel, eventually, as the sun begins to set, you feel the temperature start to drop. And during the day, you felt rather warm at all times, but as the sun goes down, you begin to get colder. You actually start to shiver slightly.
this is fantastic news.
Yeah, deserts are actually. You wouldn't think it, but they are very cold in the evening.
They're usually caused by. Never mind.
Yes, science us.
They're usually caused.
I know that I am
Or
loud.
Science. Science
never-
us right now. Caused by what? Tell
No,
us.
for science.
No, tell us.
Yeah, no more
What
science.
is it caused by?
No.
Be
I
honest.
will not be sciencing anymore.
What did we
Mr.
run
Keith was
into on
disappointed.
day 2?
We're still on day 1.
Oh.
We're just talking about how cold it has gotten at night.
So as the sun begins to go down, Leandra just sort of takes a moment to look around your surroundings and says, all right, well, not bad for the first day. Clear weather. No wildlife, I suppose. We ought to make camp some point soon. Before it gets too cold, we should set up the tents.
Or what? They're on the camel, so Lunette probably can like pass them down and we can.
Oh, yes, of course. Here you go.
Thanks.
Um,
Do we want to set them
Lynette-
up?
Sorry, I was gonna say Lynette's gonna pat Pancake on the head.
Aw. He deserves it. He should get all the pets.
All of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You're actually legally not allowed to stop petting him.
So, Lynette, you sort of pass some stuff down from up on top of Pancake. Leandro just sort of points out, grab that, and there should be some rolled up rugs just off to the side there. And he just sort of kind of points, helping you unload some things that you might need for the night. And we should make sure to eat, replenish our water as well. You don't want to get caught out here without drinking.
I see.
We should
Lunette gets off and just falls face first into the sand.
try and set up our tent sort of the base of one of the dunes, block some of the wind. In case,
Why not? How big is the rock compared to us?
not particularly tall, just sort of waist height. Large and flat.
Why don't we set up the tents by the rock?
Too
Alright,
short
I
dice.
suppose.
Oh, okay.
It won't block very much of the wind, though.
How tall are the dunes in comparison?
Very tall. They're like
Okay, well then
Massive
maybe
waves.
we should actually set up
they're
the...
they're taller than Valbella.
Yeah, okay,
Damn,
dune time.
Okay.
It's almost as if one might say you are located in a massive sea of sand.
Oh, okay.
my
Yeah,
God.
roll title card.
credits. Yeah.
Roll title card.
that's
And it
that's
only
the end of
took.
And
it
now-
only took like 3 months to
And
get.
now the
15 sessions.
campaign can truly start.
Yep.
Roll
It was
credits,
like
that's the end,
chapter.
guys. We
Yeah,
did it.
no, it was chapter 0, and now it's chapter 1. Seas of Sand.
In the
It was the prologue.
Yeah, it's the prologue.
I think they should call it Chapter 0. You should coin that.
It is a thing.
That's really silly.
Alright, Valbella will set
Maybe
to
bu-
work.
Yeah, behind this one probably, because it's the less curviest.
Yeah, least curved. God, the music lady is getting it.
Oh my god, it's so tiny, baby tent.
That is a big tent.
Yeah, that's why I bought the big tent.
Good thing we didn't get 2 of them. They wouldn't fit.
I mean, you could fit another one behind like this dune over
They
here.
pack up a little bit smaller. Alright. So you can tell me where you want them.
Where
gonna
should we
make
put
them-
this?
I'm gonna make you guys able to move them.
There
you go.
This is abusing power. Perfect.
Yeah, I don't know where this one should go because the entrance to this one is right there.
I'd rotate it to go this way, like out this side.
Yeah, so we can have one facing one direction and then the
and
other
then one,
facing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, their butts are touching.
Oh wow.
And then you could move this one like back here, even. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Alright.
Great.
So as the sun begins to set, you spend some time setting up your tents. The larger one takes a little bit longer, but it does fold up rather small, and you can kind of pack it away up on Pancake.
On Pancake, please. Pancake is such a silly name.
I actually
No,
named it
it's a
that
perfect
before you guys
nickname.
stared talking about pancakes in this campaign.
Well, now
Wow.
it fits. It fits
I
so
know.
well.
I thought it was very serendipitous, so I just was like, all right, let's roll with that.
Roll
Um,
credits.
So you set up your tents, and before long, it starts to get dark, and the temperature continues to drop to temperatures that some of you are a little more familiar with.
Yeah.
Since he was cold-blooded, he's like, I'm gonna die. Like, thinks he's dying, he's not.
But the desert garb that you purchased not only keeps the sun off you in the daytime, but keeps you a little warmer at night as well. So as the sun drops, you're not uncomfortably cold. As you guys set up the tents and sort of unpack the supplies you may need, a bit of food, other things, Leandra just sort of nestles Pancake down in behind one of the tents to shelter from the wind.
Oh, I guess he's too big to fit in the green one with me.
Well, most camels, like in deserts, don't go in tents.
No, but I could have slept on him.
Alright then, who's sleeping where? What is the arrangement?
It is a
I
very
will
good-
sleep in the green tent.
Well, who else is going in the green?
You might take up the whole tent.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Tasha.
Tasha?
Maybe we can push Tasha in there.
I suppose
That was out of.
I'm fine to sleep wherever.
He has free reign to go wherever she
That
wants.
was out of character.
You didn't say that fast enough. I was already thinking
I
about saying.
did. I said it already.
No, you said it through the ring accidentally. Yeah. What a shame.
Yeah. No, it was through the ring. It was through the ring. It was just the Lynette. Only Lynette heard it. It was sarcastic too. I was like, oh, maybe Tasha's going. It was through the ring. I promise.
I'll let you guys decide the sleeping arrangement.
Yeah.
I wanna go
I
to the
don't
big tent.
know.
You really only have to do this once. I'll just assume it's the same every time.
Yeah.
I'll wait
Um,
for everyone else.
Alright, this
I
is
don't
your
know.
first
With
day in the desert,
Valbella
so-
in the tent, how could another person even realistically fit in there with
Who's
her?
the other
Well,
smallest?
we are
person?
shortening your mechanical height than your flavor height, so someone
Flavor
could
height.
fit. They'll have a little bit less room than usual.
I mean,
Who's
you're,
not
you're
afraid
really
of
only
such a
about
furball?
you're really only
Is
about
he
7
supposed
feet mechanical
a
height.
smaller person.
Who's small?
I'm 5'8".
Six is 6 foot, so he wouldn't have fit.
Elizabeth is pretty short. Tasha's pretty short too.
You've got your
Um,
pick of hot women.
Leandra's not particularly tall. He's maybe just about 6 foot as well.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. I thought you were gonna say he was like 5'3", and I was gonna throw up.
No.
You just like physically.
Whoever is most comfortable sleeping
hear
with
it.
me, I don't have a preference to. I probably will not sleep very much anyway.
You know what? I
Tasha
want to
it
get
is.
away from suits. Okay, never mind.
Tasha's like,
Tasha said me.
I'll do it.
I'm so sorry, Lunette. We're trying to push for that PC romance. Can't have our way.
Guess she'll just have to settle with the hot apothecary woman. Sad.
No.
Really tragic.
So
for you.
unfortunate.
Yeah. Oh my god, the tent is gone.
My bad. Hang on one sec. I was trying to rearrange things. That's better. That tent is so big that I can't click anybody else because I keep clicking on it by accident. So I threw it on the background layer, but then that made it go behind everything. So I just needed to do that for a sec.
Into the tent.
Alright, very well
I
then.
want
Should
this
be room
fire
enough
to be
for
as
the rest
possible.
of us in here.
We
A
have to
lover's
walk our
tent,
token
if you will.
through the door.
Yes, it's called good
This
RP.
is the
RP tent. There's two separate RP tents. There's the party
Far away
RP
from
tent,
him as
and then
possible. He's already in my brain. I don't deserve to sleep next to him too.
he just stares at you from across the tent. His eyes are like slightly glowing. And he's like, he puts the ring on. He's like, "Hi, Lunette. How are you?"
I think the answer is bad.
having a bad time.
Anybody with soots in their brain is automatic.
Alright. So I think we'll probably wrap up here since we're at 3 hours now. And we'll get into the rest of the journey in the next session. Things should start moving a little bit quicker because we're not in a massive city with a million people to talk to.
Party tent.
Basically the way that desert travel works is you guys can decide what kind of resources you want to expend. if you feel like you're running low on something, you can choose to not eat or drink during one of the days if you want to.
Oh, so it's like
So
If you think
it
you
is
want to
like
ration
the
something,
Oregon Trail.
if you think you want to
Yeah,
ration
it's like
something for
Oregon.
later, you can try and do so. Weather will affect your ability to travel, so keep that in consideration.
I'm not eating or drinking the entire time. I'm just gonna die.
she
All right,
dies.
Lunette, you drag Lunette's corpse to Kasana Oasis.
It's
She's
because
a
of the
skeleton
talk
now.
She deserves. It's because I won't shut the fuck up.
It pushed
Um,
her to that.
Valbella will probably not eat or drink very much just in general, so we could say whatever she eats is halved considered to what everyone else eats and drinks.
Dang, you
and
all are like
such.
rationing. Cecilia is just gonna eat what he wants.
Okay.
He is just gonna
Um,
eat regularly.
I will make a little note about your eating habit,
Okie
and we
dokie.
will see if that
Ezekiel-
has
See how
repercussions
that-
later.
See how that affects. Maybe I'll come back with a new token. Who knows?
You just come back with a token that's like really skinny.
Skin and bones.
No, it's just a token that's
It's
Dehydrated.
It's just Sans.
It's a token of Charlemagne.
We already got one of those.
You are now Charlemagne.
No,
I
you
am
get a token that's
Charlemagne.
like 3 times sadder than this one. It just keeps going down the sad.
Well,
Oh boy. I commissioned Chorn to get me token that just gets increasingly like more sexy. Like
your ass consistently gets fatter.
No.
there's just like an ass poking up from the bottom of the token. You're like,
that,
damn, that
no.
ass-
Guys.
So in addition to avoiding trying to ration your food to last longer and refusing to eat or drink on certain days, then you can additionally choose to eat more or drink more on certain days if you feel that that is necessary. That is also an option, though obviously that will consume more of your supplies. Both will have effect on what happens, so it's not purely just for flavor, so keep that in mind.
He's like, and you all starve to death. End of campaign. Have fun.
Yes, it is very realistic possibility that you could starve to death in the next coming sessions. So don't eat all of your supplies on the second day. Though I imagine there's
What
no
percentage
no
of the
need for doing
supplies are octopus on a stick? Because that really.
Oh my.
Well,
Cecilia's
I
like,
was-
I stress eat and starts
We like only buy.
I was saying that you just bought
and it's-
the octopus on a stick was nice and fresh.
Yeah,
so
It was
I know,
separate,
I know.
yeah.
I imagine
It's
that you
not
didn't buy
stored.
that as part of your storage.
Cecilia only bought thousands of pounds of dried octopus.
And Lunette eats all of it on the first day.
And that's this is still good. We're like, Lunette, our storage.
Please, I'm so hungry.
But otherwise,
She's
we
like,
will pick up where we left off. That's one day down. Several more to go. And that's where we'll end the session for today. Alrighty.
Feeling good.
So, bookkeeping wise.
Feeling happy about this living arrangement.
What about next week?
I'm
Um,
good pretty much. I'm good every Sunday because I don't do
Are we
jack on Sunday.
yeah, are we doing Sundays or Fridays?
Well, is there anything that interferes with Friday? Because Friday is a better day for me. I will have to say that.
I mean,
Um,
just for me personally, I mean, it should. I know a lot of these session cancellations have been because of me, because like October's really bad for some reason. in School.
yeah,
But
everybody gets busy.
yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
But Sunday, just like in general, like is usually the best for me in terms of availability, because like school usually doesn't do stuff on Sunday.
hmm
If that doesn't work for other people, I can not do that.
Well, do you have anything this coming Friday that you know of?
Well, Friday's also the only day I work, which makes it not a great day.
It seems like Sunday works better for you guys. It just it just doesn't work better for me. But it's not the end of the world. It's not impossible for me. It just makes it hard with Silver Song being immediately the next day to get planning done. But I can just sort of switch around where I work on things to try and make up for that. So I'm willing to try Sundays for the next little bit and see if that works a little better.
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely try next Sunday because I only work till 6. So we could do like a 6:30, 7 o'clock session.
Yeah, I'd probably keep them at 7,
Okay.
just so that they're the same as all the other streams. I don't have to remember things. um,
We
so
make things hard for you, Jack.
all right, let's say then we'll do another one next Sunday.
Okay.
We'll try that, though. If it becomes too much of an issue with my rating stuff, then we might have to switch again. But I'm willing to try it at least. All right. So next Sunday at 7 p.m. then 7 p.m. Eastern will be our next session of Seas of Sand.
Okie dokie.
Will be. Sounds like a
Uh,
good, funky, fun time.
The next
It'll be
stream will
very
be immediately tomorrow for more Silver Song. It feels weird to say that. It doesn't feel like it should be tomorrow. It feels like it's Friday right now for me. But tomorrow, Monday, of course, at 7 p.m. Eastern as well, will be the next session of Silver Song. They just finished a boss fight, so now they got to do a bit of looting and a little bit of figuring out where to go next. Should be an interesting session. So tune in and watch that tomorrow. Yeah, the other campaign that I run on this channel is Whispers in the Woods, and they are on Wednesdays, also at 7 p.m. Eastern. So check that one out too. They are making their way through the Whisper Weald, a fey forest with lots of odd oddities and fey tricks and all sorts of strange things. So their next session will also be an interesting one. Tune in and check those out. If you want to learn more about the world where all this takes place in, you can check out my World Anvil. It's like a wiki for all sorts of things. Factions, deities, places, characters, everything. This campaign takes place in Zul'Garan. Particularly, they just left Al-Zahar, city in the south. So if you want to take a peek at some of those pages and some of the maps, that would be the place to do it. worldanvil.com/w/grandlorian, blah, blah, blah. But the link is in the About section as well on my Twitch. And check those out. If you want schedule updates, follow my Twitter or join our Discord. The links are there and in the About section as well. And feel free to join the Discord. It's not just for players. And my Twitter is where I retweet fan art and update any sort of schedule changes and stuff. So check that out. If you ever miss a session, check out the archive on YouTube. It is just Grand Lorian on YouTube, but the link is there too. That's where I upload all the VODs. So if you ever miss anything or want to go back and watch an old campaign, you can do so there. That is all about all that I have to say. So unless anybody has anything to add. Very well.
Nothing from me.
I will see you tomorrow, chat, for more Silver Song.
Night chat.
Night.
Have a good night,
Night,
everybody.
chat. Chat doesn't deserve a good night, but I get it anyways.
They heard that. They heard that.
They deserve to hear
She was just kidding. She was just kidding. Have a good night, chat.
that.